Thank you for being my accomplices.
I don't remember that at all. Wait, what happened? Was his dead body?
The guy that I killed 2 sessions ago because he was threatened to basically rat us out and like the guards people that we befriended. The
I might
one
have
that
missed that. I might have missed that one. But
Yeah, I don't know if you were around. It's
the
the
one that
party
Aaron
had.
fought in a fight, knocked
It's
out,
the
and then I dragged him
conversation
to
that
back.
derailed an entire session.
this is why I missed it. This is what happens when I'm not here. You guys can't get shit done.
Yeah, so what happened is I think I threw out a couple. The party ran into the guy that used to run a magic shop in town, finds out that he's not allowed to anymore because the city's technically under the king's jurisdiction now. Then they go talk to the guards to see if they can get him to leave it alone. I kind of put out a throwaway line, and that throwaway line turned into an entire subplot where they plotted to try and petition Waterdeep to make a move to bring the city into its jurisdiction and work against the crown, starting with like a coup d'etat from inside the guardhouse.
Jesus Christ.
And then they found out
like
one of the guards.
subplot.
Yeah, one of the guards was jealous of the guard captain because of his relation with someone else that worked there, and so out of spite, he was going to go over his head and report to the king everything he had overheard, and it went out completely out of control from a throwaway line.
Perfect.
And it ended up with a Soprano style.
Yeah, Aaron knocked him out. I dragged him outside. I put him in my box of holding and let him suffocate.
He basically just went to sleep and never woke up, so.
Pretty much. It really was the most humane death.
Oh, yeah. No trouble at all. No one was hurt.
Yeah. No, nobody was hurt.
Guy. Nobody important was hurt.
It's this young man.
Who cares?
So I hope you feel proud of yourselves. The last thing we left out on is: are you making an attempt to hide this as you do this, Asher? Or are you just kind of opening the box and?
I think we opened the box like.
Yeah,
we're a couple days away. We opened the box. What happened was like, dude, we have fire magic. We can burn the body.
Right. That's so you're not making an attempt to hide this from the party, is what I'm asking.
No, I'm being upfront.
Okay, yeah. So Soren Asher you see Asher just dump this body out of his essentially his bag of holding equivalent. It's like this big cumbersome box.
I just roll my eyes and am not near what's happening.
For his sake, I'm out of the picture for the moment.
Well,
hell, Asher thought we were all in this together.
Is that going to be the case whenever the murder charge comes in?
Yes. Out of character, yes. Huh?
So you're
all right.
What is it you're asking the party to do here? Are you asking them to implicate themselves? Or?
No. Like I thought this was handled last session, where they're all like, "Yeah, we burnt the body. It's done."
I mean, it could have been dumped last session, but I want to give them the opportunity to accept or decline helping you. You would otherwise just be able to do it on your own.
Fair enough. If so, I'll continue walking a little bit further from the town and dumping it in a ditch somewhere else. Who's gonna find out, first off? And hell, here's the thing. Asher, like, worst case scenario, Aaron gets blamed for it, because he's the last one that fucking kicked his ass. I was disguised. Not it's all out of character. Asher doesn't know this shit. Like, he does not think this many steps ahead, but I do.
What are you asking specifically then?
Like, hey guys, I mean, I could bury a ditch. I could dig a ditch and, dump him in and all that shit. But you mind, like, I don't know, burning this guy up? all I got's fireball, and that's kind of loud, destructive.
You
Not
know,
really the whole
these are the
subtle thing.
questions that make me question the morality of our group. I
thought
mean,
our
what
morality was
are our
questionable.
alignment?
I thought our morality was questionable to begin with.
Okay, let's not talk about the group's morality because I don't want to break your hearts. We're just going to stick to characters for now. Because I will say that you have been deducted points for recent actions.
Look. If this is Fallout 3's karma system, we'd be
Fallout 3's
somewhere
karma
around
system is
neutral to
wag. Don't get me
evil.
started on that. We can't talk about
Okay.
video games until the end of the session.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, fair enough.
That is for when
Been done
I
this
switch
before.
recordings.
It's not healthy.
We'll have another fucking hour of posting video game intros or some shit.
Oh, no, we cannot break this chat twice.
We've already posted everything that we can post. So.
I didn't record all that talking, and I'm mad about
Good.
that.
Okay, so I'm gonna just
Well,
burn it.
Here's the talk. Okay,
Soren is a
Thank you,
man of
man.
action.
What's happening?
Just light
Thank
a
you.
torch.
thank you, Sarah.
Saris?
Sama. Like,
I light his robe on
I
fire.
swear,
Also.
What are
I swear, you sound familiar. Like, I think I heard your name in the criminal underground before.
Sauron.
Sauron. Okay, I'll remember that.
Sauron.
I don't say anything. I just turn around, get back to the cart.
Hello. Hello.
I believe we have
Yes,
a
we can hear you now.
Hey, Rillo, we hear you.
And yes, Soren, you are correct. The party was headed up this road northwest between Luskin and Mirabar in order to reach a prison in which an old acquaintance has been taken captive, as well as apparently some other anti-crime fugitives.
Wait, did you just say anti-crime?
What?
Anti-crown, but anti-crime.
What is anti-crime?
I don't know, but it sounds
Good
like a
charity.
product.
Charity.
Is that what Batman does? He performs anti-crime.
I feel like volunteer work in community service. Well, not if it's assigned community service, but volunteer work is anti-crime.
Is it committing crime to stop crime?
Okay, we'll have this discussion later. So you all are headed toward a prison.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
So go to Paris, France, and
Yes. Go to the Bastille.
yeah, the best.
The Bastille. So how many weeks worth of divine intervention can Necro's character pull off?
That's a great question. He's finally getting the cold shoulder treatment a little bit.
So during these weeks of travel, does Aaron have fine motor function in his arm now?
Your combination of magic along with the technology that was forged by someone else and then modified by you has allowed him to regain greater control. I would say it would be comparable to somebody that's pretty far along in maybe a physical therapy process after losing some muscle mass and control of one of their limbs after maybe some injury.
There's still more work to be done. But
There's always work to be done.
Of course there is. But it works well enough. And I use my artificer ability to... Alright, I'm thinking of giving you grease in your arm. Okay, Aaron? You know, to cast the actual spell. You have
But
more
why?
options besides fist.
But
Well, you
But
know.
it works so well for him.
I don't know. When we put shield in there, like, look, any first or second level spell I can put in there, and you can
Well,
cast it
that's-
like 8 times.
why not that fairy fire?
Fairy fire? Do I even have that ability? I don't know. let me check my notes. And it's just like a
Or does that have to be a
crumbled up
spell
piece of
you
paper.
know?
If you have fairy fire and you make it in his arm, he has to say "Go go gadget flashlight."
No, I don't.
Yes. Activate it. Fuck it. No, he doesn't. He has to. He can activate it. But can we say for flavor, I can activate it too because it's funny?
You guys can work that out amongst yourselves, however you would like that process to go. So long as it fits within the actual action economy of using the item mechanically.
I'll use.
So in other words, I need like
If
a
worst case scenario,
20-minute hand sign jutsu in order to
You had to activate it. You have to.
I don't have fairy fire. I don't know that one.
Do you have any deck saves? Deck save attack spells? 'Cause I'll take that. Just cast it on
Like I
myself
said,
and dodge out.
Grease. Basically, if you look up the artificer spell list, any first or second level spell.
God, you're garbage.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you.
There are so many
I know
artificer
magic.
spells.
And I
Give him
just fixed your arm.
prestidigitation.
You think? Okay, maybe cantrips too.
No, you can't. I don't think. Can you? I guess
Okay.
you theoretically could store one cantrip. I think, according to the rules. Unless it says
I mean,
first
it
level.
says first or second level spells. I mean,
Oh, okay. Then
cantrips
no
aren't even
cantrips.
weaker.
Yeah. I'd say that's up to DM.
Yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
technically level 0 spells, so I don't think it would go.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
What
But
are
you
your
got
second-
alarm.
They're not
spells
strong
you-
enough to be bound.
Yeah.
You got alarm, arcane weapon, cure wounds, detect magic, disguise self, expeditious retreat, false life, grease, identify, jump, long strider, sanctuary, shield of faith, and that's your level 1 spells. Then you got aid, alter self. I'm looking through this crumpled up piece of paper that I have as like all the spells I've known.
Why not
Alter
use
self.
5e tools?
Arcane lock, blur, continual flame.
All
dark
right, this
vision.
is really pointless, right?
Well, what do you want, man?
This is happening during the weeks of travel.
Blur? I'm fine with blur. Just cast blur and make me even harder to hit than I already am.
Okay,
Impossible to
fine. You
hit.
got okay, cool.
Impossible to-
Yada yada yada. Your arm can cast 8 uses of blur. You're welcome.
Kagebushi no just fucking.
Alright, you're banned now.
Look, man, if he would have said mirror image, that's exactly how I was casting it.
Do I have mirror image? No, I do not. But I have invisibility.
And this is why Soren became a warlock instead of a wizard or an artificer.
I have no problem with any of this.
It's like Eldritch Blast and Psychic Blades is all I need for Bard. and
I
Warlock.
I can polymorph and I can dimension door and I can just smite people and that's about
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. You think that's cool? Well, I can fireball, action surge, do it again. I'm the other game.
You can't
Eldritch
do
Knight.
shit. What are you talking about?
No, I was talking in my other game. I have a arcane archer wizard, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because fighter you can action surge and cast another spell because it's technically a whole action.
Yep.
So you can
Damn.
double fireball people. It's the only way in 5e to do it, as far as I know.
Damn it. That is awesome.
So you get that settled, and now would the party like to do anything else in between where you're at this little long settle place and arriving at the prison?
I forgot
Meditate
if the
and
guy
or
had
pour
any
key into
items that Fang would use. I'm pretty sure
I'm
he
gonna-
didn't have anything.
I'm gonna pour key into these crystals of.
All right. Yep. I almost don't want to give the background information on this settlement because I'm afraid it's going to derail.
Oh dear.
But
what is the name of the place?
it's
Miramar?
long settle is the one I'm talking about right now that you guys are passing through. But yeah, you're going between Luskin and Mirabar. Can any of you give me some history checks?
Well,
I'll-
general
first,
overview.
let's play this song
usually
at least
crush it.
once in our
I
travel.
I'm gonna
usually
be
crush it.
playing-
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't.
It
I don't know
doesn't
what's
matter
going
because
on.
Soren knows it all, which fits.
I'm gonna
Yep.
refrain because I'm not even from this country.
Yeah, he's like,
What do
yeah,
I
you know
know?
what? It reminds me of a place back home.
I don't know, a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, you know a little bit of this, Asher, but Soren, you know this place very well. This place and everything north of it. So as you pass through Long Saddle, it's night and the snow is spreading from the forest. But even up here, there's also snow ahead of you, and you notice that it's starting to cool even more. It's combined with the kind of winter that's just been cast over the entire um, central Sword Coast. As you transition into the north, it just combines in this horrible spot in the middle, and it's this awful slushy weather. It's pretty brutal cold, and the chill, this wind chill, and the water and everything it's terrible. And you pass through this sleepy little hamlet of a place called Long Saddle. You, Soren, are particularly familiar with it because aside from a couple of notable families, um, and the nearby Blue Sigil Mercenary Company, and a keep not far from the place. The hamlet itself is known for having been occupied, despite its population of maybe 1,000 or 100 or 200, by a bunch of eccentric wizards and sages and wise men and just different peculiar casters that didn't quite fit into society. They kind of tended to settle in this area with each other and form this small community.
Well, I will relay that it's filled with eccentric, weird ass wizards.
I should probably include this. Yeah, okay, I would know this. You would know this, but
I would hope you would know this.
yeah, whatever. Soren, you would also know, forgot to mention this, that recently, um, within the past century or two at least, the forest around this place, Long Saddle, was known to be inhabited by pack of werewolves.
Ah, there's also werewolves here.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you all you know about them is that the townsfolk didn't tend to do much to associate with them, and they feared them as anybody would fear a regular standard werewolf. But they did kind of actually provide a bit of protection for the town because,
Are there were tigers?
not as far as anybody knows, but they did provide
God
a bit of
fucking
protection
damn it,
for the
Aaron.
town because
We're tigers, we're lions,
there's
we're
only
bears. Oh my, we're tigers, we're lions, we're bears. Oh my.
yes, there's only so much you can really do against a werewolf if you're a common predator or common brigand, and so they kind of tended to stay away from Long Saddle.
You have to know magic, man.
I mean, if you claim that robot inside Andy's box is your brother, then you're on your way.
You're all banned. As for Luskin and Mirabar, I'll go ahead and give you a quick overview so that we can we won't have to pause on every occasion. Luskin, what?
I need a character sheet.
No, you're getting banned.
Wow.
Luskin is it's a port city, and it's pretty big. It's sort of like a wintry version of Waterdeep in some ways. You know that much. And Mirabar, on the other hand, is a heavily dwarf occupied mining town, or mining city rather. It's pretty much the richest city around. That you can't find anything that has the sheer amount of wealth that Mirabar has until you go south of Waterdeep. That's the general overview of what you know, Soren. Just trying to remember the basic facts of the upcoming settlements.
Okay.
And I would say, Asher, you kind of have an idea about Luskin and Mirabar and what they are, but you don't know so much about this little settlement.
I
Asher.
really don't. Just
Yeah.
it's cold here. Okay.
Yep. All right. So another couple of weeks pass, traveling on the road to this bitter cold. And
Does the
eventually you
dragon
reach.
meat keep us toasty?
The Phoenix does help a little bit. Eventually get up to the area between Luskin and Mirabar. And the Goliath that's with you tells you that it's settled in sort of the wetlands north of the river. It tends to freeze over at certain parts of the year, especially with the sudden change in weather that happened recently after that battle in the forest. And so whenever it freezes over, they set up out there. So that would be approximately here, if you all can see the ping. Those kind of cracked up wetlands.
I would like to say, since we're traveling, no matter what Handy just rolled, it should be send me on my way by the rusted roots.
You hear what? Faint Willie Nelson in the distance? Traveling music?
Here's the traveling music.
No, I'm overruling you. I'm overruling.
There's no off button. There isn't an off button on this. I did not install one.
That's a good inventor right there. Yes, you all come up, and you're basically
Oh no, I'm not trying to turn it off. I'm overruling you on what song comes.
exerting your player power.
Yeah,
Go
it's the
gadget
ultimate
blur.
traveling song. It's the ultimate traveling song.
Look, I
you
can't
all
pick a
end up
song.
roughly. You all end up roughly a day's travel away from the fort that has the fort commandeered by publicly a band of pioneers and settlers and occasional mercenaries. But from what you've been told from the Goliath, they are actually a sort of band of thugs or technically mercenaries in the Crown's employ, and they watch the prison.
So
They
you're
built the
saying
fort
is we're
around.
dealing with a bunch of crows.
What?
Something like that.
Antivan crows?
I said
Is this
crows.
dragon? Yeah, Antivan crows? Is this Dragon Age?
No.
Not the reference I was going for, but also valid.
Exactly. Are we going to befriend one of these guys? It's an assassin who's trying to kill us, and we're going to befriend him. He's going to help us kill the archdemon.
That is
It's
the
possible.
D&D way.
You have
How is that
multiple
not a
options here.
module?
As the Goliath explains that what he knows about the way the fort is set up is that the prison is kept in the icy underground, and that the fort is pretty wide around it. There is kind of it is closer to some of the water, and there's a shocking amount of greenery around the area, despite the weather up here normally. Plus, with the change in weather recently, and so he suspects in his. You guys have kind of gathered over the time you've been traveling with him that he's not very bright, but in his non-magically inclined, non-sharp mind, he put two and two together and saw um, big green patch in the middle of Iceland. Must be some wizardry at work here. And as far as you know, it's been heavily spell warded. Settled on kind of a cliffside from what he tells you. He scouted it out a bit, but he couldn't get very close because partially because it was so heavily guarded and watched, and partially because the same odd energies that are keeping things kind of warm around it are they were giving him this tense feeling like he's being watched.
Have we tried digging under it?
I like the way this one thinks. We should go to Mirabar and buy some pickaxes.
Wouldn't that take forever?
No, we
Swing
do-
harder, put your back into it,
No, with
boy.
the three of us doing it.
We'll mine the cliffside off and float the fort out.
That's dumb, though.
I was thinking of digging a tunnel into the prison.
You think too small.
I think realistically.
And then we'll march to Neverwinter and dig that out into the water as well.
Don't we
Wouldn't
want
that
the city to still be there, though?
Better question, wouldn't that result in, hundreds and thousands of innocent lives being lost?
And
You're a wise man. Okay. Perhaps we should dig, though. He points at you, Asher. And he kind of heaves his axe over and
You
slams it
dig.
into the ground to lean on. You are like a very tall gnome. You work with metal. Can you
Yes.
build us a digging device, wizard?
We don't need
Oh.
no stinking digging device. We
Oh.
just need a...
oh,
You
see
slap
what I
your
can do.
biceps.
Yeah, this is going to turn into a Mark Henry story.
Yeah.
Me versus Henry's contraption.
The world's strongest man?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Mark Henry, right?
Oh, shit. No, that's... You know that story about the
Henry?
guy with the two sledgehammers that digs a hole through a mountain?
Yeah. I guess
What's
John
that guy's
Henry.
name?
That's John Henry.
Oh, I got the Henry right.
Whoa, the
The
top
world's
Mark
strongest
Henry.
man just appears and starts.
Yeah, you guys. I remember hearing that story at school about how Mark Henry, the wall, can mine-
Was knocking people into the Hall of
Okay,
Fame.
who put the horse on this map?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no horse on this map. I'm trying to repurpose the sheep, but I can't.
but
Oh, that's why I can't. I'm being
yes, Asher. He inquires as to whether you can forge a digging machine.
I'll see what I can do. I'm thinking, if we're building a tunnel,
God, why
maybe-
can't I be mean to Asher in character?
maybe. Oh, out of character's good enough. I still love you.
'Cause I was gonna say, can he build? No way. He can't build anything that useful.
No. You know those how Elon Musk is
Damn
doing
you,
the whole.
Necro. Damn you, Necro.
You know, he has like the whole company, boring company, where
Yeah,
he's
He
building
builds
machines that build
flamethrowers based on
tunnels.
other products.
yeah, because he's mad about LA's traffic, so he wants to build a bunch of. Yeah, I know. What
I
you're talking
basically
Mother
about.
wanna
effer
build,
is
like, a mini
making
version of
literal
that.
cat
That
girls.
man's a psychopath. Like, let's
Are
be
you
real.
trying to build a drilling like a mold machine and drill?
Pretty
Can we be
much like a
honest with
mini version
ourselves?
of the fucking tunnel digger. Yeah.
The thing that they
Okay.
used in World War II.
Yes. I
You mean in
like,
Ocean's
ribbon shovels?
11?
Yes.
You know what?
Is it possible?
If you go to Mirabar and get supplies and take some time with the right rolls, theoretically, maybe.
Let's go to Miramar, guys. I
Well,
can
it's
do
a
this
good
shit.
thing we won that there poker tournament. This is going to be cautious.
This is where you spend. This is where you spend 10,000 gold on on drill bits.
I mean,
No,
we
no,
live in a world where
it-
diamonds are plentiful. That's not insane.
This is,
That's
this
a
is
penny
true.
worth spent, you know? Get
I mean,
some good drill.
Can we just not and like lie our way or break our way in like normal people?
You
Or
are not
we will
noble
dig
people.
tunnels.
No, you know what? I'm sick and tired of lying into places. I've been doing it for so long. Let someone else do the hard lifting. I'm always the one that breaks into places. It's always me. I'm tired of all the responsibility. Let this new wizard person do this little contraption. I'm sure it's going to be very interesting.
The Goliath speaks up and
I'm
says,
not a
"Wizard,
wizard.
I
I'm not a
believe
little
you
wizard.
identify as scientist.
little wizard, listen.
Yes.
You must make many of these drills, and we will hire the shield dwarves of Mirabar to man them." How much gold do you have?
Couldn't we just hire them
Personally,
and break in and
nothing.
beat the shit out of everyone?
I need funding.
You need like what, like
Oh,
1,000?
God. We're gonna start a Patreon. No.
Genji, how much could I estimate these drilling machines to cost? Off the
How
top
good do you
of my
want to
head.
make them?
Off
And
the
how
top of my actual
Lawrence,
dumb head.
How good? How many
Lawrence,
do you want
do
to
the
make, and how
heavy
well do you want them to
lifting.
make them?
Lawrence, do the heavy lifting and ask your God.
I don't know, serviceable, like Harbor Freight, good. Like
Oh,
it does
oh,
the
Oh
job.
my
Like
God.
it does the job. It can do a couple more jobs.
oh,
But
that's
after
generous.
that, like, eh.
This
Let's
man
not get too
said
ahead of ourselves.
Harbor Freight. Jesus.
Okay, maybe a couple tiers above
Are we
Harbor Freight.
gurren logging?
I can't say anything because I've been to Harbor Freight. I still would go to Harbor Freight, but
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah, like,
I wasn't saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying.
I'm
you
saying
just
something
went
bad
out of
about it.
nowhere
I go
and
to
went, "Let's
Harbor
go
Freight.
Harbor Freight."
Me as a person does not understand this reference.
It's a hardware store. It's like the Walmart of
It
Lowe's.
must be like a local
It's
thing.
like a lower tier Napa.
yeah.
The only hardware
It's-
stores I ever
I'll put it
grew
this
up with
way.
were Lowe's and Home Depot.
Harbor
Yeah,
Freight is a hardware store.
And Oshkosh Bagosh.
Yeah, there's not one around here, I don't think. But Harbor Freight is a hardware store where people still order via catalog, if that tells you anything.
That's
So.
still
Oh, my
insane.
next character's gonna be a
Like
dwarf named
Sears?
Oshkosh Bagosh.
And I think they still have a Harbor Freight catalog. Yeah, I saw one a few years back.
I don't know about catalog, but they offer a shit ton of coupons.
Anyway,
But how much?
also Harbor
like,
Freight, they tend to be laid out like a dollar store in terms of like size and layout. So
Yeah, it really is.
it's like a gas station hardware store. Anyway, for that, if you want to kind of cheap out on it just enough for some, for the one-time use, how many are you
maybe
intending
not
on making?
one-time use, but like,
Okay.
Define
yeah,
I mean,
one-time
it'll
use.
need maintenance. It will need maintenance.
And how many are you intending on making?
How many does he want?
The question is how
many-
far
you
You
away
probably
are
don't want to go
digging
with his
to?
Goliath's plan because he's saying spend all your resources to make a bunch of giant machines and have dwarves man them and bore through the forest.
Look, I like your idea, but we're gonna need some funding from you, dude.
That's gonna take way too long.
Also, like smaller scale. We don't need this many. Just do one big
Okay.
one or a couple.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking like a couple like little tunnels that normal sized people can walk through. Maybe
Like,
Hey,
We are rescuing a minotaur that is taller
who
than
says
me.
you're normal sized?
well,
I
look,
think you're little.
fair enough. Enough to where normal sized people, according to the Goliath, can fit through and stuff.
If we go by
Okay.
Goliath, then Herc's gonna have to hunch over to run.
Okay. We'll make one big one.
What?
How about that?
Yeah, that works.
Minotaurs
Okay,
are literally
cool.
the same size as Goliaths, only wider.
I just realized we're planning a Hogan's Hero Rescue.
Oh,
Look, I just wanted to bust in guns ablaze, but no, you guys
And
want to
what-
do this stupid tunnel plan.
what size tunnel are you looking, or what size drill? I guess are you trying to make, Andy? That's the last thing I need to scale on.
I
Oh,
don't
you know,
know.
3/8 by
Enough to-
24.
enough to fit a large-sized creature comfortably, like
Yeah, that might be
standing
up there a little bit, but with the right roll, you estimate you could have one
what you're
made
saying
for
is you
1,000
want to make
gold.
that drill from the
For
Fire
1,000 gold.
Nation.
Yeah, and make it portable via cart.
Of course.
I'll give you. How much gold do you have?
I have
Personally?
500 in platinum I can give you right now.
Yeah, I have a bunch of fucking gold. I can give you 800 gold right
Don't
now.
you have like 20,000 gold?
No, I have
Look,
460 platinum.
Look, guys. Well, I'll just try building the parts, and I'll ask you for the tab after I'm done. How about that?
Didn't you win the tournament?
I didn't win the tournament.
I was
Soren did.
talking about
I
Soren.
wanted
Yes,
to-
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
offering
you
to give
got
a bunch of money.
10,000 plus
No.
an extra 10,000 plus a building.
No, I am offering 800 gold. That is what I am offering.
Cheap
Look,
ass.
I'll see what I can do with 800. I might
I'll
need a bit
give you
more.
the other 200 gold in platinum.
Look, I'll see what I can do with the funding I have.
I'm gonna try to talk to this Goliath. Do you have any other resources? Any other people that are interested in our mission that can chip in?
Oh, well,
Question: do
maybe
you have
my
a house
tribe.
in the woods that we can set this all up in?
Or, at least
I
like maybe a
don't
couple
live in a
workers that I can
house.
boss around so that they can help me build this shit.
What the fuck is happening right now?
We're doing a heist. What do you think is happening?
Yeah.
We're breaking into a jail.
My people
Prison break.
don't live in houses.
What about a cabin or a cave? We need to start digging from somewhere.
I can find us a cave.
This is turning into that Skyrim mission real fast, and I don't appreciate it.
What's Skyrim mission?
You gotta be more specific there.
This is Skyrim mission where you had to literally break into a fort to rescue one of the Stormcloak people,
Yeah, I remember that one.
and this is turning
yeah.
into that too quickly. And I don't.
Oh,
Whatever.
actually, I
I'm
just
in a
thought of something.
Skyrim campaign. I don't care.
The Goliath
Sounds awesome.
speaks back up to you, Sword, and says, "Actually, my people like dwarves. I know some dwarves around here from Mirabar, but they don't mind anymore. They got too old. They live here in a house, like little people."
Think they're smart enough to help draft plans and stuff?
Oh, they're very smart. They found out how to make the people rich.
Go on.
They found out how to mine something no one else had been able to. That's how they afforded this big house.
We need to.
Is it Mithril?
Go on. Were they mine?
What did you say, S-Man?
Soren is the name.
Sorry.
Don't call him an SS man.
Poker
We're
is
talking
the
about Holy
game.
Heroes.
Anyway,
Hmm.
Mithril, is that the item that they have?
What does it look like?
It blew.
Kind of bluish,
Sparkly.
crystally bluish.
Bluish silver.
Is it the one that breaks when you throw it or the one that doesn't?
Definitely the one that doesn't.
Oh, not the diamond.
It's
Yes,
pretty
it's that.
light. So if you were to say, if you were to throw a dwarf,
He
with a
could carry
plate
many
armor made
bags
it
of
would
it.
fling. That's
Asha,
I think it is mithril.
how
Oh,
effective
shit.
would that drill be if its tip was made of mithril?
not really.
Do I need an intelligence check to know that that'd be very effective?
Like better than anything else, probably.
That we have
I mean-
access to?
Let's see.
Like,
Let's
That
see.
plank, you might as well make it +1 and be done with it.
Can we make a Holy Avenger drill?
Yeah.
They don't call it that though. He calls it true metal. Well, he may have some. And Asher, you know that obviously it'd be a lot easier to carry around if you mix some other alloys in. But specifically if it were tipped with mithril, not only would it probably be more durable, but also I guess make an intelligence check, just straight.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, I don't know shit.
Yeah, so you're not sure. You're
Hold
not
on.
sure if it would have any
Hold on.
further effects on.
Let me
+4 to that
let me see if I
flash
can save
genius.
this.
Do I know anything better?
Doesn't help.
With a 9.
Not really.
What do I know about Mithril?
Really, Ashy Sogiji's a good band.
Yep.
But But
So
I've been
you
banned
get
for
the
six
idea.
fucking-
days.
So
I
Aaron, you're
drink too
not.
much soda.
Yeah, so Aaron, you're not super magically inclined, but what you do know, what you've picked up from seeing some things since you've come here, you know that a lot of times items like this, special metals like this, interact oddly with magic, and so you wonder if it will have any sort of effect, positive or negative, if it comes near the spell warded area
I'll,
around the fort.
I'll let the group know that.
Yeah, you're not
So
sure what effect it would possibly have because you're not familiar with magic, but you do understand that these metals tend to have that
man, I should have
interaction.
spent more time around rocks. Damn
Yeah.
it.
I don't know if anyone else's
Um,
character has any idea about metallurgy. If so, they could make an attempt, an intelligence check or something.
Definitely
But
not.
otherwise, or I guess magic,
Hmm.
it would be.
Can we
Arcana would
use
be.
sending to call
Or-
Taz?
I can
Can I
do
try
Arcana.
Arcana?
I got a nature. Would that help?
Yeah, I'll say nature would be included. In
Can we do a
metallurgy.
sending to call Taz stealed?
I don't know what the range on that is.
I got nothing.
Fang, you think about it and you come to similar conclusions with Aaron, but you can't think specifically of how it would interact. Asher and Soren, you manage to kind of put your heads together. Asher, you have a breakthrough and you shake the soda out of your brain cells and realize that
I drank another one of my drug
you've
sodas again.
yeah, of course. You've worked with Mithra a little bit in the past, or at least seen it worked with. And it was always notoriously unpredictable whenever trying to enchant a Mithra item with any kind of magical spell, especially because you specifically remember that it happened often enough that it was like a coin flip, but a lot of times when a Mithra item was forged and enchanted, the individual in possession of the enchanted Mithra item would temporarily be protected from magic. It seemed like for whatever reason, Mithril would kind of absorb the magic and and have some protective effect against it for a short time, as if it were just a magic resistant metal.
But what's the downside?
You're not sure if there's a downside, but what you do know is that apparently this fort, according to the Goliath, is spell warded in some way, and so depending on what the magic is, whether it's positive or negative, it will have effects on that. Basically, you surmise that it's possible that a mithril tipped drill might short some of the magic out if it's placed on anything that you dig through.
But there's a possibility that it could completely fuck up everything.
I mean, it's not guaranteed that's going to happen, but it could based on, like, for example, if there's. It could be like this: if there's some dragon or something chained up magically and you short it out, then it'll be bad. It just depends on the effect, and there's no guarantee that it will do that. But from your experience, having seen mithril being worked with and enchanted, there's about a 50% chance, a coin flip, that it either interacts with the magic normally or essentially shorts it out.
All right, we got like a 50-50 shot of a mithril tipped bit.
Well, if we're using the
Either-
coin of certainty, we have 100% shot on the net.
Fair enough. But yeah, I basically relayed that information to the party as best Asher could. Like
Yeah.
50-50 chance that could work. 50% chance
Basically,
that like it
Yeah,
fucks up.
50% chance that it might blow out some of the defensive spells on the wall is what you come to.
Hmm.
I say it's worth a shot.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we still have luck, don't we? I don't know why, but I'm imagining that fucking episode of South Park where they're trying to drill through all the hippies, and like one of us has to go outside to restart the drill once it shorts out on the
Oh no!
inevitable
Please don't say
magic
restart the drill. It's gonna turn into payday.
Well, if we had to restart the drill like payday, we'd just be there all fucking day. Just
Yeah.
Roll to restart
So,
the
is that the
drill.
plan though? Are you trying to go to Mirabar to?
I'm down with this. I'm down with creating anything.
Okay. Is anybody going with him to Mirabar?
I'll go along.
Fang will help because this shit's gonna be heavy.
Thank you for reading along the lines there, reading between the lines there, guys, of how is he going to haggle the price down with his charisma and how is he going to carry it with his strength?
Yep, definitely.
I got
So-
plus
The
2
haggle.
charisma, and I can lie.
I guess I'll go with
That's all I
I
got.
guess I'll go with him.
I
What's
have
your
a
deception?
20 in charisma. That is my entire skill set is charisma.
Fair enough.
Literally, that's all his skill set.
his skill set is one shot people with psychic blades and charm them. That's all you need.
It's really all you need.
That's how it is with Warlock, man. You got a couple of things, you do them real well.
I
All
got a
right,
20
so
charisma bard. He's fun.
you guys headed
Anyway.
up toward Mirabar, and you just see it's pretty mixed between dwarves and humans, but there's a lot of sparkling stones and precious metals all around. Things it's built right alongside a river, right where a river forks into the mountains, and it's got huge, heavy walls with several stone towers around. The walls slope so that water gets poured down and wards away a lot of the nastiness that comes with this weather. Mines everywhere. It's just this big, opulent city. I hate to bring up the Elder Scrolls comparisons, but think of like your Markarth type deal, all right? Kind of built into the mountain.
And we're breaking into a prison.
Stop. So
You made that connection.
I did. I'm just trying to get a quick comparison here, or think of like maybe the lower section of Minas Tirith on Lord of the Rings, how it's kind of built into the mountain a bit. It's not that severe, but that's the idea. This place is just very well constructed, and you see as soon as you come to the large gate between these sloping walls, there's a huge gathering of people. And they all seem to be, most of them were dwarves, but you see some humans, and they're all dressed in this kind of golden garb. And it seems like they're there for some sort of parade or festivity or ceremony. They're kind of lining the road as you guys walk up. They're on either side of you, and they bow as you walk past and hold up these, what look like these kind of pedestals with the symbol of a hammer on them and an axe and things like that.
Cool.
Neat.
Dwarves are interesting people.
Very, very ceremonial.
Haven't met too many in my day, but they could be okay.
Yeah, I knew this one dwarf guy. He was all right. Fucking crazy motherfucker though. He was weird.
How much would it cost to mithril my arm?
A lot.
Probably.
Yeah,
Even
it
if you
would
just go for
take some
plating,
time
a
and some money
lot.
because you would have to kind of redo parts of it to. I guess it depends on what you mean. If you're trying to reinforce it with mithril so that it's more durable, that would be less. But if you're trying to have it kind of remade and worked in so that it's lighter overall, then that would be more. But it would be more
I want to press them both.
noticeable, I guess.
Look. I'm.
That's
I'm
the question
willing
of do you want your arm mixed in with mithril or do you want it reinforced with mithril for durability?
I want to press on both.
I just want it completely made of mithril.
That would be so
completely
expensive.
Yeah, completely made of mithril is insane.
That would be
Yeah,
like that'd be like 1,000 platinum.
Just say 10,000 gold.
It's easier for my brain to process.
Damn you. Look. I'm willing to work some mithril into your arm, but look, I want my arm to be better than yours by the end of the day. But for right now, we need
You're
to build
not-
this drill bit.
Yeah, you're not super sure how much it would cost. I mean, you can get a general idea that it would be several hundred gold
much
for
per
the other
pound
materials.
is your arm?
But mithril is, first off, it's hard to, you can't just walk into a shop and buy it generally. And so because it tends to be held by people that mine it themselves, they tend to run their own market, and it's hard to get a going price without maybe asking around. I
So
can
it's
tell you
easier to
at
steal.
first glance, if you ask, assuming you can get your hands on it, the price that is given in D&D is 500 gold for a pound of mithril. So do the math.
Ooh,
Wait,
So
how
the
much?
arm's like what, 5 pounds?
your arm is gonna be like 10 pounds.
Dude, how fat is your arm?
That's
It would
not
be
just
between 5 and
plating.
10.
That's the shit it's made out of.
How fat is your arm?
Talking about joints. Talking about screws. Talking about, you said made of
How
mithril.
fat is your? No, I said he asked if I wanted it plated
All
or
right.
made
Okay.
of
It
it. I'm like,
says here it is.
Yeah.
Apparently, the human arm is approximately 6.5% of a person's total body weight. For instance, if the average weight of a male is 194 pounds, the average weight of a male arm would be about 12 pounds, 12 and 2/3 pounds.
I feel like that's wrong, but
It
okay.
would be lighter with mithril because mithril is lighter, but it's also just hard to get a price. That's like if you ask the first few people you see that look like they're kind of in the know, they'll probably give you that ballpark. But it's hard because, like I said, you're not really going to walk into a shop and they're just selling mithril. You would have to
So it'd be
negotiate
like,
on the
say,
spot with
10
somebody.
pounds of, probably be like 10 pounds worth of mithril to make an arm.
Well, I have this potion of clairvoyance. No, I'm kidding. Just start
Maybe
selling the
more,
crap.
maybe less. Yeah, maybe more, maybe less. Like I said, you'd really have to talk to the person that's selling you the mithril.
But
I
right
mean,
now, we need a mithril tipped bit. Or actually, wait, no. Asher's
Honestly,
easily
your
distracted.
arm wouldn't really
Arms.
benefit from mithril that much. You already have the innate magic punch.
Yeah, this is
it's not about
pointless.
magic
This
in
is
my
fucking
punch, but
pointless. Who cares about your
This
stupid
is-
arm?
I care about his stupid arm.
The question is, what are you looking to get out of the mithril for your arm? That would narrow it down a bit more.
Probably some
I'll send it to
spell
you.
absorption.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, if
what
it's a
it
long
if
thing
it's-
to
yeah,
send it to.
the whole thing is what he's essentially what Aaron heard about. Like it kind of messes with spells. He wanted to try it out, essentially.
Right, okay, so you want like a test run. I
We
get
can
you.
freaking stud your fist with some mithril studs.
Yeah,
How
I was
about
gonna
that?
say that would be
I'll
another option if you wanted to attempt to see is like take the palm or the knuckles and see if mithril has any effect with the magic
Look,
on
if I
that.
have any leftover mithril after this drill bit thing, I'll give you some mithril knuckles, and we'll see how that works.
But like I said, it's difficult to give a price because it
But
depends
we
on
have
the
an
actual
inn with a set
seller.
of dwarves.
This is true.
Should we have that Goliath? Should we have had that Goliath provide us something to give us a letter of introduction or some bullshit?
He kind of implied before you all headed out that he would introduce you personally, so he would kind of let them know ahead of time what's going on and then take you there, or at least give you directions.
Somebody's dropping die.
I actually don't have any dice in real life, believe it or not. That was me dropping fingernail clippers. So, but yeah, he implied that he would introduce you himself. So
Come on,
all
I
the
want to build
people,
shit. Let's go.
all the people bow as you come into Mira Bar. You hear some dwarf say, "Welcome to the city of Dumathoin, Agrathad and Hardhammer." And title and name of the leader, apparently. Happy Forge Day. And you walk through, and there's this big festival going on. All kinds
We
of
walk
people.
in on Christmas.
Forge Day? It's like
it's
dwarf
May the
Hanukkah?
forge be with you.
Shut up.
You know, yeah, it's like Life Day.
Yeah, Life Day in Star Wars. Exactly. Oh, is this the holiday special episode?
It is the holiday special of a campaign in Mirror.
We
great.
just had a poker
Anyway.
tournament.
Anyway, someone wants to buy a. We're going to meet the people, right?
I'm going to have you guys photoshopped holding hands around a Christmas tree saying Audor is
No,
whatever the
none
fuck.
of that.
Yes,
Shame on
I
you.
will.
As long as it's a Jim Carrey one and not the new one, I don't care.
It was gonna be the OG fucking.
That one's also acceptable.
Yeah,
Just
you
not
come
the
to a
new
big.
one.
There's all this hustle
Mithril,
and bustle.
dwarves,
You manage to push your way
rescuing
through the
hurt.
crowd. You see a sign that says, it points to 3 ways. It points to some residential area. It points to Undercity Square, and then it points to the Hall of All Fires. And you can see if you look up at the Hall of where the Hall of All Fires is pointing. Any of you that are familiar with Warcraft, think Ironforge. You see this glow coming from this cavernous gate, and it looks like it's just a giant forge, basically a building built around one giant forge.
Well, that kind of looks like where we need to go. Looks all big and bright.
Well,
I
Makes
we have
asked
to
sense.
go.
Goliath if those dwarves have a specialty shop or if that's the place they would hang out.
They tend to keep to themselves nowadays, but for something like this, they might come out. They would be in the hall, but it might be difficult to get in.
Why? Because we're not dwarves?
Because there are probably a few thousand dwarves blocking our way.
Is it because of the festival?
So shrug your shoulders and so lower your shoulder and just drive.
I have to lower my shoulder pretty far.
Pardon me. Okay. Mm-hmm. Grumble, grumble.
Yeah, so you guys spend the better part of half an hour trying to trudge through this crowd, and you finally push toward the Hall of All Fires, and the place is just full to the brim. It seemed like there's more inside than outside, as you see what have to be several thousand dwarves and humans crowded around this huge hall that's just lined with furnaces. You see people selling armor and weapons, see people taking commissions, you see people selling ore and haggling for it, jewels, everything.
Whoa. Oh my god, it's like I walked into fucking Costco or some shit. I don't know.
Does anyone know
Like-
what BJ's is? The store.
BJ's. No, I don't.
Ah. It's
Is that a store
effectively
for
like a
blowjobs?
bigger Costco.
I thought it was a restaurant.
It might be where you're
thought-
from, but where I'm from, it's a department store about the size of a Costco or bigger.
Oh,
Like
that's
like
large.
as a master craftsman in like many various tools, this is amazing.
Oh yeah, this you see some of the finest work you've ever seen. This is like the stuff that you always heard about but never could afford and never thought of affording. So
Oh man. Well, where to? What Wow. So many
We're
options.
following the Goliath at this point.
Yeah, it'd probably be best because I'm going off to like I don't know.
yeah, the
Look at
Goliath looks
something neat.
around and says, "Bad news, everyone.
Oh god, it's Farnsworth.
I can't see them."
I mean, how can you tell the difference? All I see are hairy heads and beards from here.
Exactly.
Well, let's go
So
around
how
and ask
about
every one of them
we
individually.
ask them all their names, yes, and write them down.
Or what is the names of the people we're looking for?
I got a better idea. I'm gonna jump up on a table and start playing music, and then
Okay.
after I'll be like, this person's name. Your car is parked outside.
Whoever's
in
the
a
owner of the white stand, you
non-tow
left your
zone.
lights on.
You left your lights on.
Burn, 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 burn. I love how you and I were on exact tune for that.
He tells you to ask for Amror Trollbreaker.
I'll do that. What do I roll performance? I don't know how that
Go
works.
for it. Yes, roll performance.
Well, if you're using that one ability, I think they had to make saving throws.
Oh, the enthralling performance.
Yeah, that.
Hell, I'll give you a stroke of luck. Add +4 to that.
Cool.
All right.
Ew, you're letting him stroke your luck.
Flash is
Alright, so
genius. Never
you
mind.
managed to pull ahead in the end, Storm, but for a while there, these other dwarves get up on a table ahead of you and start playing the bagpipes, trying to outshine you. But you're able to outpace them, and eventually the attention turns toward you.
Why not? What was his name again?
It's typed out there, Amrar Trollbreaker.
Amrod Trollbreaker. It was
Armoire.
someone's looking for you outside. Says he needs your wife's.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
You hear the whole hall. I mean, it's still loud because of the forges, but all of a sudden it goes silent, and you just hear 2,000 dwarves gasp. It kind of rolls through the crowd in a wave of shock as you say the name Amrar Trollbreaker, and then follow it up with that.
Did we just did
You
we
just
like
freaking
say
bitch
he
slapped
must
the
not the name
mayor.
or something? I don't know what's happening.
And then you see some red-headed old dwarf step up in front. He's one of the guys closest to you, Sor, and he kind of leans on the table and says, "Where do you think you are, laddie?"
I think we're in Mirabar, right? Is that correct?
Aye, so why you be asking for Trollbreaker around here?
Oh, we hear he's a dwarf with
to the Goliath.
very oh. Sorry, my mom scared me.
That's awesome.
Are you in there playing D&D again?
I remember me
I'm
when I
sorry,
first
what?
started when I first started playing D&D. I was like 16 or 17, I think. And my mom brought me like a plate of macaroni or something one time I was playing, and I forgot to mute my mic. Good times. But yeah, he says it's you, Soren, and someone said they point to the Goliath.
Yeah.
He's apparently needed. Don't shoot the messenger.
You avenge sevenfold.
So Fang looks at the
And
Goliath.
you hear,
Does this guy have a bad reputation?
"No, the people should love Trollbreaker."
This whole crowd gasps again at the mention of the name.
Should.
Some of them do. And then some old dwarven lady with, it looks like she's got one blonde eye, kind of cloudy. She calls out and says, "Amrar hasn't been around here for years. He got sick, wandered off.
Damn it!
His daughter runs things now, but she won't give up any of that expertise of theirs. She keeps the Trollbreaker secrets locked away from the Forge Festival."
Does anyone know where she is?
"Oh, yes, young man, she's up in Trollbreaker Manor. It's in Mirabar, but it's right next to the entrance to the Undercity. They don't leave there anymore. They built extra walls."
Okay. God dang it. I'm so angry that I'm not playing a bar because I sure as shit would have asked, she hot?
Don't worry, there's still time. The night's young yet. The Goliath seems worried about the mention of his buddy being sick, but he just shrugs and says, "Do we go to Trollbreaker now?"
Well,
I mean,
if she knows as much as her dad did, then yeah, let's do this. Let's ask her. Let's see what she knows.
yes, can you tell us more about this Trollbreaker and his skills?
Well, he got tired of breaking trolls, So he started breaking rocks.
Oh boy.
He got tired of breaking rocks, so he started breaking shiny rocks. And he found out how to break the shiny rocks better than anyone else.
I'm
And
sorry,
so
is
he
this just
sold the
Dwarf
shiny
Taz?
rocks.
Because this sounds like Dwarf Taz.
Pretty much.
They gotta make a movie out of this. I mean, a book. We don't have movies yet.
There was some wizard that came into town and conjured up some elemental to eat the rocks. But Trollbreaker took 2 pickaxes and broke more shiny rocks than the creature.
Okay, you just
No.
making this shit up.
He
Yeah,
is
you
making
would.
that
No.
Man versus
no.
magic.
Okay. They didn't say that. Well, they say that, but it's not true. The truth is, Trollbreaker found out how to break the shiny rocks because of the hammer that he had. They used to use it to fight in the wars. His father gave it to him. Once he figured that out, he took the rocks that he broke and made them into more tools. This is the true metal. You call it mithril.
Out of character, will this happen to be a mall? And would he happen to have to wear gauntlets and a belt? So we
I don't know. I appreciate you guys were sharp enough to call me out on the John Henry thing, though. I was wondering if it was still fresh enough.
How was it not?
Oh, it was.
But last time I saw them, his little girl was, well, a little girl.
Last
know how
time I
she
trusted
runs.
someone, lost to that. Sorry.
So, how many years has it been?
Well, it was before we had my son.
How old's your son?
He's a grown warrior now, and he speaks fondly and says his son will soon arrive.
Oh, son of a
How-
bitch!
How long do Goliaths usually live? Does
About
Asher
as
know
long
this?
as humans, if a little longer. 80 years? But that's because they're danger prone, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
Hold on, I got Volos.
Yeah, I'm trying to double check. Lifespans comparable to humans. Usually live less than a century. Enter adulthood into their late teens, so yeah, basically like a
So-
human.
Probably like at least 20 years, if not more.
That's the vibe you seem to be getting.
Well, to human years, that's a while. What's stopping us from seeing her right now? Like,
The big wall I assume we are now standing in front of.
Why
Oh.
don't we go knock?
I like this guy.
I knock really hard.
On what?
Like
Stone
LAPD. Hard.
Oh God, LAPD. Great. You want us? Do you want to kick their asses? Like, why?
I mean, understaffed and overaggressive. Underpaid too.
You're under arrest. What'd I do? Alright.
Yeah, you have this roll of mints.
And you have small town cops who's like they don't have anything to do, so they just have to sit there and do paperwork for fun. Cause that's how they are around here.
Yay, bureaucracy.
Yeah, because there's nothing going on the street, so other than doing their patrols. And so you make your way through the town, and you come up to this basically enclave built into the city. It's like a whole nother little area, a big estate with a courtyard and a bunch of walls. You can't see past any of the walls, and there are dwarves in full plate with big shields and big pikes watching the walls.
Hey,
Hey, can you please let
hey!
us in?
They don't say anything.
I throw a rock.
Can I stop
Hey!
him from throwing a rock?
You can make an attempt, I guess.
I'm damn sure I'm faster than him.
He's easily stopped. But I fly up there with Fly, of course.
Not
like,
with holding
"Hey, buddies."
Fang holding you down.
Wait, how much weight can I hold while flying?
Not as much as Fang with full heavy split mail. Oh wait, no, what? No, I'm wearing medium armor. I'm thinking of a different character. I'm carrying 120 pounds on top of my 180. I'm over 300 pounds. You're not lifting shit.
Well, let's see what I try to do. Because I'm not letting you catch me.
I already have your arm from trying to hold the rocks.
We can make it a contested grapple. Athletics versus athletics or acrobatics.
Fuck.
You are so fucking lucky.
Ah, bitch!
So Handy or Asher, you
did
fly
I roll
up
two
and you
ones
see,
in a row?
I fly.
I think you did.
I fly up, flipping him off with both hands.
You fly up and you see over the wall about a dozen dwarves level heavy siege crossbows at you.
Hey, guys. I'm just here to
You hear
ask
it
a
click.
question. Here to ask a
You
question.
see one. You hear all the crossbows click as they are readied, and you see one dwarf signaling you to lower yourself.
I have my hands in the air. I'm just here to ask a simple
So
question.
what? You're all in the air.
Fair enough. People down there. We need to see shit, what was her name again? Fuck. Really should have asked before.
Goliath,
daughter
yell the
of
name of the guy
Umrar.
we're supposed to meet.
The
Two.
daughter of the troll breaker dude.
1. Dwarves ready.
Okay, fuck, fine.
He's gonna die, isn't he?
Look, guys, if one of you comes down here and promises to talk to us, I'll get down.
You are in no position to make demands.
I have every position to make demands.
You
I am a
will
wizard.
die.
Is there an entrance around this wall that I can go to?
You can
There's
say
a place surrounded by fully plate-mailed dwarves, which I assume was the way in.
Because I'm
Fine,
assuming they would have to get supplies in somehow.
God, are we gonna have to do a heist to do another fucking heist? This
Asher.
is stupid. Yes.
There's a 19.
Yeah, 19 hits me.
Okay. Crossbow, a heavy bolt catches you in the kind of tender, not vital part of your leg, and you hear 11 more click into place. And
Okay,
he says,
fine.
"Down.
Fuckers.
We'll talk."
Okay,
Concentration, just make sure you don't fall on your ass.
Mm.
Fuck. Oh shit. Fuck.
You fall on your ass.
How far am I in the air?
The walls are probably at least a few dozen feet high.
Would he have enough time to recast Fall Fly on himself before he hit the ground, or fell? Which he probably doesn't have.
I don't
I don't
have,
know.
but I
Let
can
me
cast
see.
it within one action, so within
Let's
6
see.
seconds.
I have to look at the falling speed again. Here we go. These physics.
Stupid physics.
Okay.
Well, if I fall, will you catch me?
No.
You'll be
Bruh.
waiting, right? Time
Nope.
after time? Oh, fuck you guys.
Nuh-uh.
You
Okay,
literally
according to
did this on
Xanathar's
your
Guide to
own for
Everything,
no
you can
reason.
descend 500 feet per turn.
100 feet. Okay, well,
500
fuck,
feet per
You're
turn.
hitting the ground
according to
before you can cast, is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yes. So what's the damage?
Let me look at the fall damage.
I know
I'm
it's
sorry.
10.
I'm
It's a
sorry,
D6.
Andy. I didn't want you to fall out of the air.
It's all good. It's just funny. It's
See,
a D6 for every 10 feet.
Yeah. We'll cap it at like 30. It's technically higher than 30, I guess.
I'm pretty sure
actually.
the maximum is 20 d6 you can take.
Yeah,
Usually
it's
10 d6. Yeah.
You take 15. I think it's bludgeoning, I guess, as you fall
Yes.
right on your rear end.
My
That's a
ass.
broken tailbone.
Ah, my
Yeah,
ass.
it's at very least bruised.
I'll prepare for surgery.
But yeah, is there like a place where I
Worse.
can walk up to the wall and talk to somebody instead of him trying to fly over like an idiot?
I
think
lost
that's where
like a
we're
third of
being
my
directed
health.
to.
Yeah, there is a big gate, but that was what was being watched by the guys with pikes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to the gate. Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
there are several layers of walls, so this is like the outer gate.
Where are we right now?
You're at the manor, Trollbreaker Manor, in there.
Oh, what is it locked?
Yeah, it's several layers of walls.
Oh, walls. Oh, fun. Did anyone ring the doorbell?
Something
No,
like that.
I asked if we could, like, I was gonna walk up to it, and then somebody decided to fly up to the wall and get shot down.
No. What an
Hey, you're
idiot.
welcome. We got their attention.
We
In a
had
bad
that.
way.
I say
gonna-
pulling the freaking bolt out of my leg, just like
Do any of
I'm
you
gonna
speak
disguise
Dwarvish?
myself as the old lady.
All right, where are you doing
Or
this?
we just asked them.
We
Like, I don't
literally
understand
have
all this-
someone who knows
Are
the
you-
family. Why are we being so sneaky?
Soren, are you trying
Because
to
they're a
stealth
bunch
cast
of
this?
idiots.
Are you trying to stealth cast this on the spot, or are you doing it as you approach the manor?
Well, I don't know. Wait, like, or we're already there. Okay, I would have done it beforehand.
Right, I wanted to give you that opportunity since you were AFK.
Why?
Okay, so you do that. Do any of you understand Dwarvish?
Does the Goliath?
is it gnomish?
Dwarvish.
Damn it.
The Goliath only knows bits and pieces. He kind of
No.
tells you the idea of what's going on, but I just wanted to ask because a lot of Dwarvish gets shouted. You hear the dwarves shouting back and forth to each other, short words and phrases. He tells you that they're giving orders, it sounds like. And it seems like it's just a sequence of codes and things. Kind of like the equivalent of radio chatter, except since it's a dwarf, they just yell at the top of their lungs. And
I'm
after
just
a few
standing
minutes
at
of
the gate.
this, yeah, after a few minutes of this, as you have these dwarves around you in plate with shields and pikes, kind of pointing their weapons at you all. Eventually, somebody comes up to the gate. He's got a few guys behind him in plate as well, and he's in plate.
By the way, I'm hiding behind the Goliath,
All right,
so they can't see me right now.
and they
You want to stop pointing your weapons at me? It's very detrimental to your health.
Ah,
Is that right, laddie?
Aaron, maybe we shouldn't antagonize the people we're trying to do business with?
Maybe they shouldn't point weapons at me.
Or maybe someone shouldn't just fly over walls that people own.
Yeah,
didn't
I
fly
agree.
over the
He's an
wall.
idiot, but they're pointing weapons at me.
I flew up to the wall. I didn't fly over it. It technically wasn't breaking entry. I was just saying hi.
I agree. He's an idiot, but they're pointing weapons at me.
I'm more intelligent than you are.
Two rights don't make a wrong.
Wait, what?
Scale
You
from
said
1 to
that
10.
backwards.
My intelligence is like a 9.
You said two rights don't make a wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Wow, that was well maneuvered. But he says, we point weapons at everyone. It's a security precaution.
Do I?
Even old me. And I'll pop out
Can
from
I
behind.
punch him and make him?
He
This is
just
stupid.
sneers at you. I guess, are you in sight? Did you peek out to say that, Soren?
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna get thrown in jail.
He scowls at you and says, For the last time, you old goat. Amror's gone.
Can we talk to his daughter?
How does the
Why?
Yes.
Goliath understand that statement?
What? This
We're
is
talking
in
in
common.
common, man.
Yeah, they were shouting orders back and forth to each other as they were proceeding up to the gate in Dwarvish. But now that they're conversing with you, it's in common.
No, I meant like, how does he understand? Like, what you mean gone?
I'm pretty sure you understood it when he was told the first time when we were talking to the old lady and
The dwarf told Soren, for the last time, you old goat, Amror's gone. Goliath hasn't spoken other than translating the orders for you. Well, not translating, because he doesn't know Dwarvish that well, but telling you that they were barking orders at each other.
Yeah, but I thought the guy was just sick. They didn't say he died.
Yeah.
Till now.
He said Amror's gone. The implication is that someone mentioned he got sick and left, I think, at one point. But
These people are our only hope. We need Ambrose to hold.
yeah, I'm punching him. I'm punching him. I'm punching him.
I'm running away. I'm running away as the old lady. Ah! Like into the woods.
You think you
Around
can
the
outrun
corner,
Aaron?
and just
That's hilarious.
pop off.
Anyway, Aaron's gonna ask, can we speak to his daughter?
I'll come back as myself. You're like, I saw this old dwarf lady.
Literally wasted a spell slot for
she
no
kidnapped
reason.
me. She kidnapped me. He probably has the invocation that lets him do it at will.
You're a warlock?
Wait, no. I mean, yes, but I just used a first level spell slot. I like never use my first level spells almost ever, so.
Oh, that's right. You're Bard Warlock. So I was gonna say you don't have first level spell slots. You just have spell slots. But that's right. You're primarily Bard.
Yeah, mostly Bard.
You see the guy, presumably he's some kind of captain, guard captain, looking at you with this confused look on his face, and then he just shakes his head and looks at you, Aaron, instead. What do you need to speak to her for?
Emily, I kind of gesture towards the Goliath, and we apparently need Mithril for a stupid drill.
You
Goliath
just set
steps
everyone
forward.
on plans, why don't you?
The Goliath steps forward, and the pikes are kind of aimed toward his knees, but he just reaches into his. He's got like this bundle of different necklaces and jewelry and talismans and things around his neck. He takes one and just rips it off, breaks the string, and hands it over, and it looks like it's some kind of shard of metal with a symbol imprinted on it, and he says, Trollbreaker gave this to me a little while ago. Some time, I don't remember how long ago it was, but he said to give it to you if he were ever gone. The captain kind of looks it over and then looks at the rest of the group and says, and why does it take a whole army, or rather a whole party, to speak with Miss Trollbreaker?
Well, see, it's a larger plan that needs to be explained thoroughly. And it's important that she knows that this is a group effort.
I mean, you guys can show up to make sure that she's safe. We're not saying you don't have to be in the room.
Oh, we will. And they yell some more in Dwarvish, and you see this comically oversized keyring come out. He unlocks half a dozen locks on the other side of the gate on either side, and then you see big, heavy chains rise on either side of the wall as well to pull some of the more locks, and the door finally, or the gate swings open slightly to let you all through, though everyone still has their weapons ready, just not pointed directly at you.
See, I got us in here eventually. You're welcome.
Smack the back of his head.
I kick him in his wound.
Well, fine. I'll play some music to lighten the mood.
I swear to God, if Maui shows up on a boat.
220. What's that on
Oh,
the
that's gonna
list?
be an anime.
Nope, it's Nirvana.
Oh.
Which one?
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Yeah! For me, an angsty teenager, this is great.
I
don't
can
know
just
if it'll
picture
help
us.
us.
I can just picture us like opening doors slowly to this song. Just like waiting for him, fumbling keys, getting these locks undone.
Yeah. You're sitting there, he's going with the key rings and the chains are opening the door, and then you just hear,
Antagonist!
yeah. He just looks back every once in a while and says, outsiders. Finally, you come to the inner courtyard, and it's, despite being heavily guarded, it's beautiful. It's not as nature filled as a lot of human and elvish courtyards for sure. It's got a different kind of thing going on, but it's pretty dark and in terms of natural light, and instead lit by these sparkling crystals, and it looks like a kind of beautiful underground haven, and uh, it leads into an actually closed off area in terms of a large castle-like building. They yell dwarvish at each other again, and it's really loud, by the way. It's like, if you're standing close enough to it, it kind of hurts your ears with how loud this guy's yelling. and eventually you are taken up to a long room with a throne on the end of it, and
Oh, great.
several guys along this wall. They have kind of golden armor instead, this kind of golden white armor, and some of the regular guards following you kind of kneel as they come in, and you see a figure on the throne.
I'll bow.
One of the guards nods to you as you do so.
Wait, hold on. Is the throne set up like she's queen bitch?
She's
think-
Queen Mithril. It's Queen Mithril, bitch. Get it right,
Yeah.
man.
Speaking of which, this throne looks entirely constructed of mithril.
Holy shit,
Solid.
really?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Is the throne made of mithril as well?
The throne is entirely made of mithril, from what you can tell,
I guess
and
I
it's
bowed,
draped in
but
like you know the tapestry that'll often be draped over the throne. Parts of it are like braided with dragon scales of glitter in different colors.
I
This
can make
bitch is
so
rich.
much shit out of this. I muttered to myself.
Can we just take a floor panel? I'm pretty sure that's all we need.
And you see, she kind of holds in her arms this massive hammer made out of what looks like, at first glance, just this ancient stone. And as you approach closer, as you're kind of ushered through, you can make out some features and see that she seems to be a relatively young dwarf woman. Kind of this mixture of
But is she hot?
golden orange, golden red hair, and she's wearing this red mixture between robes and armor, almost like something you might see a cleric wear. And she, for dwarf standards, I suppose so, her hair is kind of braided with gold ribbon, I guess you could say. It glitters like real gold anyway, kind of small chains here and there.
Oh, a 5? Not cool.
And she gives you this skeptical, not outright hostile or derisive look, but just kind of skeptical and not very impressed look, I guess, and waits for you to say anything.
Well, last time I said something, I got shot. So you guys?
Oh,
Last time I trusted someone. Okay. Hello, Lady of Mirabar. What was her name, bro?
You were never given a name.
Just
Daughter.
know her
Just
as
Daughter
Trollbreaker.
Daughter
Vamrar
of the Great
Trollbreaker.
Trollbreaker.
ooh, I wouldn't have done that.
What if she hates her dad?
She
Who
has these kind
knows?
of emerald colored eyes, and she just slightly squints and says, I am the Trollbreaker now. You would do well to remember it. I take it you didn't come here to greet me.
I mean, well, technically, the greeting's whole part of the whole arrangement. Like that's how a conversation works, right?
What my
Did she
unintelligent friend is trying to say is that
I'm intelligent. I'm just
uncouth,
blatantly retarded.
uncouth. What's my,
High and
what
lowest.
my yes? What we're trying to say is we were unaware that you were in charge, but now that we see you, we are in awe of your power, your might, and your glory.
Fang just
Oh,
cocks
stop
an
being
eyebrow
such
at
an
him.
ass kisser, dude.
Yeah, everyone's just looking at him like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you?
You're laying on a little thick there, boy.
Anyway, we come to humbly ask for your help. And I think our proposition is mutually beneficial.
Eh,
And what is that proposition?
Well,
we need Mythil to make a drill to break someone out of a fort on by the
Look at
crown.
all the plans. What is the point of secrecy?
we just needed to ask for the mithril. We're just building some
Who
machines.
gives a shit about freakistry when you can be? Come on, seriously?
That she
You've
doesn't
come
need
here
to
for
know what we're
mithril.
using this stuff for.
Can you help us make a giant drill? We just need supplies. I say
think
this
This
we
as
should let
audience
the
is
family
over.
who are just
friend
bickering.
speak before us.
I just like punch him straight in the fucking in the kidneys because I'm assuming I'm
Kidney punch,
standing next
kidney
to
punch, kidney punch.
What,
Kidney
Asher?
Pause, kidney punch.
fucking asshole.
Asher? You're punching Asher in the kidneys?
Yeah, just like shut up. Let me talk.
Yeah, everyone kill Asher today. This is a
Poor
day.
Asher.
Fucking Forge Day, and everyone
Should
kill
we
Asher.
gesture for our Goliath friend to go in front of us? Because apparently he had met her at one point.
She just, as soon as Mithril's brought up, she says, "This audience is over. Captain Giznad, please, if you would, remove them from the estate." And it's about that time as the guards move in that the glass says, "Wait, you don't remember me. Oh, little Yormina." And the guards kind of stop and the room goes eerily silent. There's like a growing tension at the mention of that name. And you can see the irritation grow on her face, and she directs it all toward the party, specifically the Goliath. And he continues, "Where is your father, Trollbane, Trollbreaker, Troll? He had many names, but I know you knew him as your father, Throdale. Where is he?"
Vader?
Yes, Vader. And she kind of makes a slight gesture with her hand that sends the guards back to their positions before, and you are not escorted out. And she says, as far as the troll breakers are concerned, my father suffered an unfortunate lapse of judgment following his illness and died of natural causes in the wilderness.
And how about where you're concerned?
She directs this gaze on you that it's heated enough that it could, think it could scorch mithril. Sorry for the pun.
I felt hotter. I
I
felt hotter and
messaged
scratched the neck.
all of our party psychically to shut the fuck up and let this giant handle it.
Make me. I'm just scratching the back of the phoenix's neck.
She looks at you and says, who is it that just said that?
Which, the Phoenix or where is she concerned?
Where she's concerned.
That'd be
right?
Fang.
Yeah, so she looks at you, Fang. Gives you this almost hateful gaze and says, why does nice. Says, why does my concern matter? Surely you didn't come for niceties. You want this mithril for yourself, and now you've turned to personal matters in order to achieve your goal. You can't find some other fool to peddle your materials.
Lady, we're trying to save a friend. I can respect what your father meant to you in this community, but this person means a lot to me, and I don't want them to die in a cell.
Plus, the crown's involved, and from what I know, they're not nice people. So I'm just tagging
better
along.
not.
The crown holds no jurisdiction here.
You tell that to my friend currently locked up because of him.
They hold no jurisdiction here yet.
Oh no, Aaron said that out loud. When she said they held no jurisdiction, Aaron went, yet.
But I'm just saying, I'm not part of the crown. Just saying, yeah.
You're repeating what Aaron's saying, essentially. Jesus.
Look.
The Empire's reach is long.
Yeah, you're trying to reinforce each other's point that the crown is a threat, right?
Yes. I'm not trying to be an asshole about it.
I'm going off the fact that they already have a presence here.
She gives you kind of Asher and Aaron. She shoots a hateful gaze between the two of you, and then looks at you again, Fang. And says,
Please! I felt better. I felt hard. I felt hot fire from the bird.
He says to you, Fang. You must be delusional or too far south if you believe the crown is holding anyone here, and why it would concern me is another matter entirely. I care only for my family, and I will do everything I can to keep its estate safe. Mirabar is under no threat from the crown currently, and with the actions of the city-states along the coast, it seems their grasp weakens every day. And she looks at you, Lawrence, and says,
You're welcome.
My father disappeared into the wilderness nearly 2 decades ago.
I was right. 2 decades. Out of character. Continue.
Then explain the prison just a little outside your town that is apparently run by them.
There are all manner of human brigands and barbarians that keep their fortresses around here. Barbarian tribes from ancient times that yet remain in their ways along the spine of the world. This is no...
And well-established prisons sponsored by the crown that could soon surround you and therefore make it easier for an invasion to happen upon your city.
You,
Look, you're not going to hold out forever. You need our help eventually.
You expect me to believe this preposterous claim with no evidence?
Um,
do
I
you
don't know. What about the passage of time?
shut up? Do you when you farm or harvest this mithril? Do you use any magic by any magic means to craft it and
Wow,
to
you're really trying to get us
get it out
to
of the
divulge
ground?
your secrets right now.
The troll breakers' methods are secret, but
But if it's
unlike
any magical means whatsoever, the crown will come for you, as they did the elves, as they did the wizards, as they did any practitioners of magic. They will come for you, and they will stop everything.
she turns this hammer around in her hands and puts one hand on the arm of the throne and kind of leans forward and says, "And how is that turning out for them as their cities burn down south? They slaughter each other, burn their forest, run their
Aaron
minds
yawns.
out. What has it given the crown? Why would the crown turn north now in its desperation? It could hardly have put up an effort at the beginning of the war, let alone now as it cripples itself more every day."
I mean, Mithril does do funny things against magic. Be pretty useful to have all their anti-magic soldiers decked out with it.
Ah, you're quite correct. In fact, it's precisely that mithril that the troll breakers provide here in their safety that arms Mirabar such against the crown or anyone else who would come here.
Look, anybody can be overwhelmed eventually. If the crown so wanted to take over your city, they could just keep throwing troops at your city until, it's overwhelmed. You can't last forever. You can't survive a siege indefinitely. Nothing can.
I'm
This
just
odd
petting the
expression
bird.
passes up like an evil, like
Yes,
Miss
yes,
Doctor
every
Evil
time
with
I
his
talk,
cat,
you hit my wound. Sure.
like Doctor Evil petting his cat, just sitting there petting the bird.
Yeah, I didn't hit you. I said I'm just petting the phoenix. I didn't say anything about hitting you.
Oh, I thought it was hit
No.
Asher Day. Like,
No, it's over now. But she this odd expression passes over her face for just the briefest of moments whenever you say that, Asher, you make that argument, and then she says, with this kind of dismissive flick of her wrist, don't bring the stupid meme up from 3 years ago. She kind of dismissively flicks her wrist and says, "Let them come and break upon our walls. They always do."
Who is Norris, and who was ordering dwarven gunpowder? This is out of character. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure my notes that ties them to
I mean, I'm
them.
pretty sure that's what the Constantinople thought before they were taken over. Just throwing it out there.
yeah.
Sure enough.
So
Man,
stubborn.
Norris came up in one of our sessions at one point. Yeah, if you recall, Chuck Norris was Norris was the name of some guy, possibly Chuck, that was ordering stuff from the I can't remember the name of it, a trading company that you visited, Soren, when you were after a Sun Pearl, I believe it was, or Sunstone. That was who was on the ledger.
Kenji, I have a question.
Hmm.
That dragon I'm supposed to cook for, she lives around this area, right?
Mm-hmm. As far as you can tell. From what you know about dragons, they would live in icy areas, silver ones, and she was presumed to be silver.
Alright, I'm gonna let you guys go, but I have a Hail Mary idea if we need it.
All right, so Asher, if you want to explain that, you can. Otherwise, I will continue. I don't want to cut you off there, but if you're saving
Well,
it for
you weren't.
the last ditch, I was talking about what Fang would just said. Otherwise,
Oh.
I'm going to respond to Asher.
Well, to what?
'Cause
Like she
whenever
basically
you
just
make
turned
the
to me and was all
argument,
like,
Yeah, this whenever you make that argument, this weird expression passes over her face for just the briefest of moments. It's kind of hard to tell
Ooh,
what's
insight,
going on with
insight.
that. Go ahead if you'd like to turn insight, and then that's when she says, "Let them break up on our walls."
Thank you, dice.
Thank you, dice. Fucking hell.
Go ahead and roll that for me. My freaking wait, no, there we go. Hold on. My laptop
I'm not
needs to
gonna.
be replaced.
I'm not
How
gonna
old
even
is it?
bother doing Flash of Genius.
26.
Are you sure you
Does
don't
he
want
use
to
I rolled a 26.
There it is.
Okay,
But
So-
she, guys,
I
what
rolled a
she do? She
26,
did a
by the
thing
way.
with her face.
so Fang and Aaron. Is anybody else trying insight?
Would a Flash of Genius allow me to read her expression well enough?
What? How does Flash of Genius work?
It's
Does
he
it
can
say
add
after
his
you know the result?
modifier.
I mean, I know how it works, but does it say after you know the result or what? How does that work?
I don't think it does.
I've always seen it played after the roll.
Yeah, definitely after the roll. But I mean, is it like do I tell?
You can use
Does
your.
he know the
It just
result
says.
first? Because I know
It
sometimes
says
abilities will
starting
say
at
that he
7th
knows the
level,
result.
you gain the ability to come up with solutions under pressure. When you or another creature you see within 30 feet makes an ability save or saving
It's done
throw.
on a reaction. He can do it whenever.
Yeah.
My question is because sometimes abilities in 5e will say that it's after the roll, but before you know the result, and I think some you can use after you know the result. So
It doesn't say anything about that.
okay, well,
It says you
can
make
Flash
an
of
ability
Genius.
check or saving throw. You can use a reaction to add your modifier. So it's after the roll.
Okay, you can read her a little better after that. Yeah.
All right, fine. It's an 11 now. Not
Keep track of
completely
those, man.
clueless.
You don't have a
So
lot
the
left.
three,
I
the
know.
three
I
of
know.
those,
I'm willy nilly with them. I'll say the
three of
last
those
one.
that rolled insight, you all can tell that the argument that he just made about the practicality of this whole deal, about how they can continue to send more people and more desperate attempts. For whatever reason, that seemed to weigh on her a bit. So it's like a chink in the armor there. Sort of, I guess, questioned and like as Asher prodded and questioned and kind of undermined her supposed invulnerability here, it kind of affected her.
Look, you don't want any of your citizens to, fall victims of the crown. You don't want. I'm sure you don't want any of that to happen. Like, we're just asking for a little bit of assistance,
Motherfucker.
so that we can undermine the crown, and it will keep you, your citizens, this whole entire town safe.
And surely this will drag us into war with the crown.
War is upon you, whether you wish it or not.
And you could
We're-
always say you don't know where we got it from. We don't have to write a contract.
Exactly. It can be all under the table.
She stands and drops this hammer on the ground. I mean, she's holding it, but she lets the head of it fall onto the ground and then actually
How
cracks
big
some
is
of the
this
stone
hammer?
in front of the throne. It's almost as big as she is. So
Aaron slowly starts dropping his hands into a form.
it actually cracks some of the stone in front of the throne.
Oh, wait,
As it
she
hits the
cracks
floor.
Mithril just by dropping it?
It's not the mithril part, but the stone in front of the mithril throne. She cracks it, but you do actually see it affect some of the mithril, yes. Just a slight bit. This was, assuming the Goliath's tale is true, this was what was used to break up the mithril in the first place.
This is the true stone.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What
She
the
drops
hell is it made out of?
One hand on it and says, I will not resort to deceit and trickery. I will not collude with some band of brigands and then hide away. Whatever decision I make, whatever decision is made for the troll breaker
Did she
estate.
just call me a brigand?
I mean,
Will it
technically.
be
Look, to be fair, that is a completely accurate assessment of me. But
straight?
you don't want to go under the table with this. You want to be public and be true with everything you say. I get that, I guess.
Despite what the citizens of Mirabar might tell you, the Trollbreaker family has never been deceitful. Just because we've pulled ourselves away from their foolishness does not mean that we lie and scheme.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have even offered that. The whole under the table option. I apologize. But you think you can help us?
Why speak with me, then? Why not someone more important? Why not Agrathan Hardhammer himself,
Who?
the leader of Mirabar?
Aaron shrugs like it's very clear that that name means absolutely nothing
We
to him.
point to the Goliath at this
Well-
juncture.
Well, I got shot in the leg, so I might as well. If we're being completely honest here.
The real reason is because of our friend, our Goliath friend, has history with you and trusts your family and trusts the quality of your wares. That's really why we're here. Because we need the best, because this job is important and we need the best materials in order to execute it without a hitch.
You claim that. What? There's some crown presence here. Explain that.
There's a prison, not.
Well, there's a,
Out of character, she's really fucking stubborn.
She's a
I
dwarf!
I think we're missing a detail. Like there's something that in my notes I'm sure that
Herc
linked
was arrested
something.
I have
because
a
he knew
question.
us and is being held in this prison by the crown.
Wait,
I have
who
a
is?
question.
Her.
The Minotaur Herc.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, Necro dropped.
Yeah, he messaged me. He fell asleep, so he's
okay.
gonna bow out for a minute and said that if needed, that Lawrence can be controlled. So
I have a question. Why do you think Mirabar thinks you differently of you?
she hesitates to answer and then says, "Because my father would involve himself in too many affairs of the city. It was his downfall in the end."
Oh, she got into politics.
That's correct.
Shame.
When I took over the family and was chosen to lead it, to carry the hammer, we resigned from the council, the Sparkling Council particularly. Our Council of Sparkling Stones is specifically what she calls out. After resigning from the council and losing the family seat so that we wouldn't be roped into any more politics, the city saw it as a move of cowardice. Now, they have to fend for themselves without relying on the Trollbreaker's mithril for everything.
That's why you got all the guards.
Hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And what about this prison? Tell me about it.
We saw the prison before coming here, right?
You kind of saw it off in the distance, yeah, like you saw it cliffside,
Lots of magical wards
but
and
it just looked
whatnot.
like a fort, like a wooden fort. It looked basically like a brigand fort, some bandit.
Well, I will, in character, like I will basically just kind of hype it up to seem more dangerous than we really think it is. It's like,
Another odd as you explain some of this stuff, another odd expression passes her face different this time, and she says, "Where is this prison?"
I mean, however directionally we know, explain where it is directionally.
If we're going by the map, I'm gonna say maybe 5 to 10 miles outside the city, near the mountains. If I'm
It's
understanding
kind
the
of farther
compass.
west than that, um, but
at
yeah,
least half
it's
a
kind of
day's travel.
cliffside. It's kind of cliffside over a lake that tends to be, or yeah, a large lake that tends to be frozen during parts of the year. She says, "Well, thank you for informing me. I will inform the rest of the city, and perhaps another will deign to assist you." Her tone kind of changes after you mention where the prison is, and she slinks back into her seat and brings the hammer up without much effort onto her lap again.
I'll ask her one last thing. Did you ever discover the cause of your father's passing?
What's the use? Aaron, you can't get a read on her.
Can Fang try again?
Yeah, anybody can try to insight.
19.
It's possible that there's foul play. If your father is as important as we think he was,
Oh, she knows that there
the
was foul
crown may
play.
have meddled in your affairs.
That's quite the accusation. Fang, you also struggle to get a read, but Asher, she seems unusually interested in the prison, despite having not seemingly cared too much about it at first.
Oh shit. That's the way her
Yeah.
dad went.
You think your
Well, from
dad?
the sound
You think
of
your
what you
That's me out
said,
of character. Don't build upon my hypothesis, please.
you said you seem to have a
wait.
grown.
Well, this is an insight check, and this is Asher just stumbling upon shit normally, I guess. It's like, hey, you think your dad might be in that prison?
Hold up quickly, what was that, Aaron?
From the way you make it sound, it seems like that you think something happened to him as well.
Whatever happened to my father is long in the past now. The Trollbreaker family the Trollbreaker clan has made continuous efforts to investigate. Thank you. And what was that you said, Asher,
I was all
specifically?
like, you think he might be in there, in the prison?
What, you
I mean,
speculate
it's
that my father yet lives?
it's worth a try.
I mean, you never found the body. We're in the ice. I mean, something happened
Worst
to
case
it.
scenario.
Guys,
Worst case scenario.
shut up. She's gonna be pissed off. This is all messages
Fine.
in your brain. I'm not saying this out
Okay,
loud.
okay. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I shut up. The words in my brain tell me, yeah, I
The
should do
Goliath
that.
has been silent this entire time.
Yeah.
He
What do
just
you think,
stays
dude?
there. He shakes his head and says, I was friends with Trollbreaker for a long time. Any daughter of his would never give up on finding a relative. He kind of whispers it, but he's a Goliath, so there's only so much whispering he can do. He's just a powerful voice. I don't know that she really believes he's gone. And she kind of responds to your question, Asher, and says, and why would he be in this prison? Sometimes things simply don't
I don't
work out.
know.
We don't get
Playing
the
a-
answer to every question.
I don't know, play the long game. If they were to look here, wouldn't it be easier to attack a town that isn't fortified with mithril, as you so put it? You did stop giving them mithril. Wouldn't it
And
be
I
easier to?
mean,
You
And
see
I
her kind of grip
mean-
the arm of the throne, and
there's also he found out how to get the mithril better than apparently anyone. I'm gonna assume that's because of that hammer, but that's my theory. But if they wanted to get to that information, better to go to the goose rather than the eggs.
she exhales furiously, but remains silent for a moment. And then when she manages to calm herself down, similar to earlier questions about her leadership, her vulnerability, things like that seem to affect her. And she says,
Have we been poking a bear?
you walk on thin ice. Who are you? Do you have a name for yourselves?
Do we? Do we have a name for ourselves?
Yes, we do.
Oh shit, we do. Holy shit.
You're not written into the contract yet.
Oh,
Yes.
oh. Helped.
We
I
are-
helped.
We are
You have to get
Shadow
the papers
Knights.
redone.
But yes, he's our intern.
Intern.
We'll write up the contract when we get back to base.
Yes.
Okay,
we- once my mansion is ready, then
Mansion. What a mansion!
I'm a baron now.
Our mansion.
You're
Our
a
mansion.
baron?
We're barons. We're barons.
I won.
I
Our
signed my
names are on
name
the contract.
Red
I
Baron.
signed my
Oh
name
shit!
on
I
the
forgot
thank
about
you.
that estate we won.
I'm an official member now, guys.
And what would
You're-
you offer me for this mithril?
We're not asking for anything for free. We will pay for it.
She points at you, Fang, and gestures for you to walk toward the throne.
I walk towards the throne, getting ready to dodge that mace to my face that I believe is coming.
She kind of stops you at the bottom of the small staircase leading up to the throne, leans forward, though she's still several feet away, and says, and what is your offer?
Do I
I
get?
message him. I message him in his brain. 2,000 gold.
Do I get the sense that
20,000
offering?
gold. No, I'm kidding.
Do I get the sense that offering gold is what she's expecting, or is it or would that insult her?
I'm not sure. It seems to be just a straightforward question. You don't really know.
And Soren messaged me at 2,000 gold.
If you think that's I think it's a good number.
We are prepared to offer you, at this moment, 2,000 gold.
And how much mithril would you expect from this?
The amount required for our project.
I look at Asher. How much fucking mithril do you need?
She kind of leans her head back and gives you this almost not disgusted, but we'll say derisive look, and says, and he kind of side-eyes you and says, looking down from her throne, You're leaving the offer in our hands, then. The negotiations for the amount.
No, Sir, Mr. Giant, can you tell her how much we need?
He doesn't
No,
know.
you
Asher's the only
misunderstand.
one who knows how much. He hasn't freaking
She's-
figured it out yet.
She's,
Look,
she's looking.
Look. As a character, I probably know. I could probably guess. As a player,
I'm gonna.
I'm an
I
idiot.
kind of phrased it oddly. Let me fix that. She's looking specifically at Fang, and she says, "You've made your offer, and you leave the amount in our hands. The mithril."
Is she saying it? Is she just saying it to Fang?
Yeah.
Like none of us can
She's
hear it.
kind of leaning forward and lowering her voice. Some of
So
you can
we
maybe
have-
hear, like,
So we presented a total of 2,000 gold. They will.
yeah, and you said however much that would be, and she's asking you're leaving that up to us then, basically.
Yeah, because you didn't say how much mithril.
I was in
She's
the
very
process
smart.
of coming up with. I said the amount we require for this project is, and then I was cut off by people because we were trying to figure out that amount, and then she took that as me giving up on the conversation.
I mean, to be fair, she's very smart to have said that very.
Yes, she
get
was. She was very smart
ejected.
to say that like that.
I was about to say some backhanded shit.
Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make
I'm
a
go-
giant drill.
I'm going to
You
assume
can't hear
that we
her,
at
Asher.
least need 5 pounds
Just enough to,
to tip it.
have a.
You can't hear them,
squints,
Asher.
She squints at you,
Oh,
Fang.
fine.
She squints at you. And then she raises her voice again so everyone can hear. That's a bold bargain.
Can I insight her if she's like shitting me? Like I'm actually overpricing
try.
this? Wait a minute.
Insight.
1 pound is 500 in the book. So
It's
that's
not in the book. It's in an older edition. But
oh
that's what
shit! That's actually just market value then. Damn. If we're going by that old number. Woohoo!
You can't get much of a read on her. She's just got this
Fuck. Goddamn
derisive
dwarves.
look,
Add +4.
smug. And fortunately, you still can't get a read on her.
Damn it.
Without
and I'm out
with a
of time.
22?
Genius.
She got a 23.
Motherfucker!
Fucking hell.
She rolled a 19.
The
Plus
fuck,
4.
man?
Jeez.
Well, look.
We
If we ever
literally.
get this deal, I'm sleeping before I do this so I can have more flashes of genius in building.
She says, "That's a bold offer. General Kenobi, you are a bold one."
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
But no, she just says straight up, "That's a bold offer."
Well, fine. How much do you want?
She looks around at you all and says, "Which one of you is the architect of this plan?"
That would be
Points
me.
to the wizard with a freaking shoulder wound.
Leg wound, and it still hurts.
She eyes the leg wound and shakes her head and then says, "All right. 3,000 and the troll breakers oversee the construction of this device. You provide your plans, wizard, whatever you are, and we will ensure that the mithril is treated correctly with the proper respect. And if at any point you break anything, you buy it at a premium." She leans into you specifically, Fang, but then makes sure to eye the rest of the party at the same time, raising her voice. She says, "And if the terms of this agreement are broken by any of you, I will see to it personally that you're broken. Do we have an
Aaron-
understanding?"
Aaron says out loud, "I think it's a fair deal. Only a shite ruler would give would put a deal on the table that they would only benefit from.
I'm confused by the statement break anything. Like, we're buying everything else but the mithril, not from her. What does she mean by break? Does she mean break the mithril? What is she talking about?
I'll
She's
break
saying
you.
part of the. She's saying part of the agreement is that she wants her people to oversee the construction of it using the mithril, and if at any point you break any of the stuff that they're working with, or ruin or damage the mithril or any of the materials that their workers are using,
Yeah,
they'll buy it at a premium.
I do say that that I think we should it's a fair we should take it as a fair deal because only other would give a deal that would only benefit them.
Dude, your mic's cutting out a bit.
Fang looks directly at her, holds out a hand, and says, "We have an accord."
Hey, excuse me. One condition, though.
Hey,
We pay
pulls my hand back.
half now and half when the job's done. Need to make sure that these things are in working order before we pay for it in full.
She looks at you with this
Fang looks at you too.
increasingly angry look, and then she just bursts out into this loud laughter that echoes through the throne room.
I'm just
And it
smiling.
goes on, and it goes on for close to 10 seconds.
I'm within smacking range. Why would you say that?
She says, "Very well, half now, and the original deal stands, but you," she points at you, Soren, and says, "I would like an additional 1,000 from your personal coffers as collateral.
Ah,
If you've been bold enough to make this offer, I like that. I respect that. There's something about you.
Even
It is.
better, I'll give you the deed to my chateau as
you
collateral.
motherfucker! We just got that. We just got that.
No, you're not.
You see this big smile come across her face, and she says, I should have been dealing with you from the start. What is your
However,
name?"
You're an
If-
idiot.
if you renege on this deal, I can promise nothing but terrible things, and not even from me.
Why are
Because
you
the
trying to
deed is
ruin this
not
bargain we've
really
already made?
mine.
Okay, I thought that's what he said, but it was cutting out a little bit, yeah. So she kind of nods to that, what Aaron says in agreement, and then looks at you, Soren, for a long time with this big grin on her face, and she stands again, both hands on her hammer, as it's kind of rests on the ground, and she says, "What is your name?"
I'm Soren,
"Soren, just Soren?"
just the same.
"Perhaps we'll deal again in the future. We don't always hire out, but you might make a fine negotiator for trade."
I've been known to orchestrate deals before.
His name
Yes.
is Roger Smith.
Dude, you're offering our entire fucking new base
Let
for
me
this
see
dumb deal.
this deed.
Wait, so he's using the deed as collateral in case shit happens, right?
Collateral.
We get that back if
Mhm.
everything goes right, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was just offering it as payment.
And if we
No.
don't, Gauss has to roll a new character.
First of all, I won that fair and square.
Oh my
And all our
freaking
names
God.
are on it. So
So not only do we have to pay, we have to pay 500 more up front, but we have to hand over our.
No, we don't.
No, she wants 1,000 from you on top of the 15, on top
Until
of the
he offered the deed.
1,500 that we have to.
No, I don't
pay
owe her shit now.
He one-upped it to the deed. She's more interested in that now.
Yeah, I raised it so I wouldn't have to be liquid. You know, I'm not very liquid right now.
Okay, so we don't have to pay 1,000
There's a lot
extra
of
up
jokes
front.
I could make about what you just said, but I'm not going to.
So she's getting the deed up front. We still have to pay 1,500. And we pay another 1,500 at the end.
And they
And
oversee
then
the
after that, we get
construction.
the deed.
Yeah.
And then we get the deed back.
Mm-hmm.
Why are
Oh,
we breaking
God.
this motherfucker out of prison? Like, why are we going through so much effort?
You make under the assumption that we're not going to go in and free other prisoners and prove shit here and just blow this place up afterwards.
Yeah, that's kind of the implication that Goliath was making, is that
Yeah, we gotta rescue everyone, then blow shit up.
Okay.
He seemed to kind of hint that there were more than just normal prisoners in this.
Because I missed that part about like the
Yeah, I don't
information
think you were there for that session.
regarding the prison. So I'm trying to care, but I have no idea why we're doing this.
I'll go over that quickly. I think you missed.
We're in the middle of a war. This is CIA wet work we're doing right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there you go. To sum it up, because I think you weren't there for that session, the Goliath came up and said that Herc had sent him an old acquaintance of the party because he was captured in the prison. He was the one that got the message out. But considering that this is up in the middle of nowhere in the icy wastes, it's disguised as some brigands.
So we're basically like we're going into the Soviet Union.
We're going into the Black Sea,
going into
is what's
Siberia.
We are literally going into Guantanamo.
Yeah, Guantanamo. This is like Bay of Pigs operation, basically.
No, it's the gulags, man. We're in Soviet Union.
Yeah, we're in Siberia.
Yeah. And this looks like just some rinky-dink bandit fort, but it's heavily spell-warded, and you have a feeling they're going to be.
We're playing Black Ops 2, but from the outside.
Yeah.
All right, so we definitely need these drills to work. Then.
Yes, which is why we're going out of our way to get the freaking mithril.
She extends a hand to you, Soren.
I clap her hands against mine.
All right, she gives a bone shattering squeeze.
I'm not very strong, so it probably hurts a lot.
It does. And then she falls back into her throne and says, "That's been enough excitement for one evening. Now, if you could clear yourselves out of here, we will, after I can see this deed, of course, work out the details of this agreement with the proper papers, stamps, and seals, and you'll be shown to your mithril. So please, if you could present that."
I will show the deed to her.
She looks over it several times, takes a few minutes to study it closely, and then kind of looks at the party with this impressed nod and says, "Perhaps we'll have business again in the future.
Oh my god.
But for now, I must retire. Go." She kind of nods toward the door.
As we're being walked out, Fang questions. You think we could have gotten it for free if we offered the drill schematics to help make them mine the mithril?
Yeah.
Signs, curb your enthusiasm starts flying.
I bow on the way out, and then I say to the group with certain uncertain or quiet terms, "I kind of want to fight her now. She seems strong."
You know, I'm like holding my hand, like she's all right. You know.
Very, very. I'm not in front of any other dwarves, am I?
We're being walked out.
We're
of the
still
house.
in his
Surrounded by
outside.
dwarves.
I want to point out, Aaron didn't wait till they left. Aaron said that in the throne after he bowed and turned to leave. He said it to the group, but he said it out loud.
I mean, oh, you mean that in like a playful way?
No, he wants to actually fight her with weapons. He's that kind of
Well-
crazy.
Oh, well, I mean, I respect that kind of
You
crazy,
call
but
it
I don't think it'll
crazy?
help us.
It's not crazy. It's just one
Look,
warrior
No,
sees
it's
another
crazy
warrior. They
because
want
we
to
know
fight.
that's just an outlet for your sexual frustration.
Aaron tilts his head.
It's kinky. It's very kinky, Aaron.
Aaron tilts his head I don't understand what you mean.
Oh god, I do not have the time to speak the birds and the dragons.
In this episode, the team hires a dwarvish private investigator to find out if Trollbreaker's family has an heir.
Mother effer, if we find her father out of in this prison, she is going to love us. If
Yeah,
he's alive.
we're not paying her the. Oh, by the way, so we have to pay her 1,500, right? Or is the deed
we
sufficient
are
enough?
waiting to meet to sign a
Once-
contract.
Yeah, they're gonna get the papers, and then you'll hand over the 1,500 and the deed.
She's doing this legally, is what's happening here.
Well,
she's
cool.
making
I'm
sure
gonna
that
take
it's
a
all-
nap and
She's not
try
gonna
to get
spread
my
the
long
word,
rest.
but she's just making sure that both sides have papers if they need to press any claims.
Okay, since Goliath's friend isn't here, we're not staying in this house, which means we gotta find a place to sleep for the night, and then find another place closer to the prison to start digging from. We got work to do over the next week.
Yeah, we do.
The Goliath looks kind of worried though and disturbed, but he doesn't say anything until you all leave the estate. And on the way down the street away from the estate, he says, "I noticed something."
That doesn't
What's up,
sound
She's
good.
a bitch.
No, not just that. The throne, well, the room, the whole estate. I kept looking while we were around. But I noticed Hargo wasn't there.
Who?
Her
Who?
brother.
She what? That could have been interesting information. Wait, she has a brother.
I was looking for him. He wasn't there.
Is this like an older brother?
Yes.
That raises some more questions on why she was chosen to lead the family.
Oh, he's definitely dead then.
I don't like how close we're getting to Dragon Age, Kenji.
Did you say that in character with your accent?
He just looks up to the sky and be like, I have a
God,
question
did you
for
just
God.
finish that mission again?
Why?
I have a question for God. But, well, there you go. Glass shares that information.
What was his name again?
The brother. He referred to the missing brother as Hargo, which Hargo is how he referred. He called the lady Irmena.
These motherfucking troll breakers is crazy. And what was the guy? His name who runs Mirror Bar? He's like a hammer spar or something.
Let me get it for you. He is a cleric of the god Dumathoin, and his he's basically the highest ranking dwarf, and he is the voice of the people to the Council of Sparkling Stones. So he is the ultimate representative of Mirabar.
What is the Council of Sparkling Stone?
Think of it, it's the Taldori Council. It's a group of families.
Let's see, Council of Sparkling Stones. You would know without really having to make any checks. Plus, you made the one earlier, just being familiar with politics. It's a Council of Mirabar that holds 42 seats, and it's the elected council. Usually, it works with trade agreements, but it largely decides on things relating to the city. Basically, it is the parliament, so to speak, of Mirabar. It is the democratic system of Mirabar. A lot of times, families will have a representative for their family. They'll have a seat. The Trollbreakers mentioned that they dropped out. But what was that?
I just
Mark?
thought of something.
Hmm.
We're in a city of dwarven forgers. Can I go to a blacksmith in this town and get an estimate of how... I want to make Dragon Slayer with the dragon eye in the hilt. Exactly that size, so I have to use it two-handed.
I mean, if you wanted to inquire about that kind of stuff, now would be the time.
That's why I just thought of it. It's like, I just realized I can do this. I have this really cool dragon eye. I want to arts and crafts.
Yeah. Ahead of time prices are jacked up for the festival, so it's a gold a piece for in rooms, just to accommodate that real quick. As far as that, I guess it depends on what you want it made out of and who you talk to.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Is there a Golden Rose operative house here?
Hmm. I will check something and I will let you know.
Because if so, then I get free root and board.
There is, but it is slightly outside of the city. It's kind of a road, like a roadhouse and an inn along the way. Just
Roadhouse.
Yes, Texas Roadhouse, but it's a few minutes away from Mirabar's front gate, basically. As far as you understand, the reason why is because Mirabar is extremely secure. Like for example, maps of the city. It's illegal. It's illegal to make a map of Mirabar. Maps are only made and kept under lock by city authorities because they don't want the city security layout getting out. It has a heavy standing army of several thousand armored up humans and dwarves. And there's basically virtually no crime because they hire, it's like set a thief to catch a thief. They hire out groups of professional thief trackers that specifically hunt down various types of criminals based on their specialty and their experience with it in the past. And so overall, Mirabar security is top notch, and the only way the Gilded Rose operation could get up and running was to be outside of the city slightly.
Your guild is hired to root out other thieves.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the only way they can really get an in, and even then, they can't do much with that. So they're kind of in an odd spot because if they move in the city, they're going to get hunted down, unless they try and get into that spot of being one of the thief hunters, in which case there are other issues. So,
Well,
it's a very sticky situation with Mirabar.
Well, we can stay outside of the city. It's my order, but we would be outside. It'd be a little bit of a trip. But it'd be free.
Mabe, what do you think?
Look, I have gold. I can stay in a hotel or something.
Oh,
yeah. Aaron goes, I don't know. Mabe, what do you think? And a little pixie comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
The fuck?
Familiar comes out and she says, well, probably would be a good idea for us all to stay together, but well, it's not my decision. They won't be swinging for me anyway.
When did this happen?
A couple of weeks ago.
How am I just noticing this?
I mean, most of the time she's invisible. So
Like the like if she
Translation: I just got
sprinkles
ritual cast.
if she
Or magic
sprinkles
in
fairy
issue.
dust on me, can I fly?
no.
Damn it!
No, it usually just makes you sneeze. Not very
Damn it!
helpful.
No, it really isn't.
She kind of has this, well, sorry for the irony here, but this icy cold expression on her face.
God. All the women
Which
we've
makes
been
sense.
Mm-hmm.
very ice cold, mean people. This
She's not
sucks.
mean.
Yeah, this
You-
place is terrible.
You
I
actually,
hate it up here.
ironically,
I do not want to swipe anybody on Tinder here.
ironically enough, I don't think any the group knows, but you don't. She's essentially a fae. She's a. That's why she has an icy neutral expression.
Yeah, well, Asher doesn't know
And
that.
her fae related.
He was just all like, wait a second, a thing. He's trying to make D&D Tinder now.
She looks at you, Asher, and says with this neutral tone, and this just blank expression, kind of icy expression, like I said. Maybe don't fly up next time.
Look, it
Just
got
talk
us
to the
an
lady.
in.
Tell her how you feel.
Oh,
Wait,
thank you. Man, that's
what did she say?
She said, "Don't fly up next time. Talk to the lady. Tell her how you feel." And this kind of just dead tone, completely deadpan.
did.
She's
Look, I don't
suggesting
know.
you like her. You want to have relations with her.
Okay. Out of character, who's the her? The fairy
Pixie.
or the
The pixie.
pixie?
Yeah, the fairy, whatever.
Well, look, I think. Look, you're cute and all, but
No, she's saying that the next time,
The
instead of
dwarf
flying, just
woman.
talk to her directly. The dwarf dude, come on.
I'm sorry. Never mind.
You
I'll
get
just
the
stop
sense
talking.
that it's a very deadpan joke about the fact that you got shot by the dwarf.
Yeah, I know. I'm okay then. Ha ha. I'll be sure to talk about my feelings next time.
And then the Goliath looks around and says, "Well, are we going to this place outside or inside?"
Mm, I don't know. Outside's pretty cold. Why do you guys want to camp outside?
No.
Cold doesn't bother me.
There's a bit.
Cold doesn't
Don't
bother.
say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. There's a building. Listen to the S-man. He just said there's a building outside of the city. Right, Soren? Soren froze to death. Inside we go.
The group shall remember this.
Exactly.
On to Oregon.
Oh boy.
Asher,
Yes.
Asher dies of dysentery.
I did not die of dysentery. I'm still alive.
Cholera.
Before we leave the city, I would like to get an estimate on my ultra great sword.
Here we go. Ultra great sword. That term is cursed, but
Hey, I love Dark Souls.
I've played too much of it. That's my problem. So
Can I get an item that would allow me to carry a great sword, to wield a great sword in one hand and a tower shield in the other?
I have an
I
item
can
that allow
actually
me to
do that.
wield a
I got
great
that
sword in
feat.
my mouth.
I can teach you that if you want to spend points on it.
I couldn't do it anyway because monks can't use martial weapons and or two-handed weapons. Even if I was Kinsey, I couldn't because they fixed that.
He tells you that it's for something like that. You're probably looking at least 4 digits.
I have over 1,000 gold. Like, give me a clearer number.
It's gonna be over 1,000, depending on what all you want done with it. If you just want to
Including the
craft a
dragon
sword,
eye included to it, would that still be?
do you want anything done to it magically? Because
I got a guy I can work out a
is
deal
not,
with later, so I just need it made.
Magic is not taboo here, so there's spell smiths around and
Ooh.
What?
and
What?
runesmiths. Yeah, specifically runesmiths.
So you're saying not only can I get this arm mithralized, I can have runes in it?
There are magic people here? Holy
RuneScape.
shit.
Fuck. Okay, I have 500. I have 1,400 gold on my person. Since there's a festival going on, I'm gonna try to sell this 44 pounds of red dragon meat.
Okay, make
Oh
some
yeah, I
cooking
get some out of my freezer. My fridge, like. Alright, awesome.
This is
Cool.
the perfect place to sell dragon meat. I can set up a stall, probably. Wait, no, this is a very strict city. I'd probably have to pay a permit for that.
Well,
Yeah.
look, here's my box. What's the
Phrasing.
Is there like a
Phrasing.
Fair enough. Is there like a magical item smith that catches my eye?
In what way? There's a
he's doing cool shit.
Sorry, I
with
hate to devolve
making
this to a
magical
shopping
items.
episode, but I just can't. I have this
it's
dragon
coming
meat,
to a
and we're in a
close.
festival.
I mean, the session is effectively over anyway. It's just people that need to stay later can to figure out gold and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good.
Oh, I'm gonna head out. Go sleep. But before Soren's gonna just say like, well, that dwarf fucked me today, and now I'm gonna go fuck a dwarf, and then I'm gonna go to.
She hasn't.
Oh, fucking a dwarf! Like,
Wow.
Good night.
You could do better, Soren.
Drop that
Wow.
bomb.
You know you're never
go,
gonna
she
find a
hasn't
nice
fucked
girl
you.
if you're not willing to commit. I mean, that hammer
Yeah,
lady
I go,
seemed to
she
like
hasn't.
you.
Yeah, she hasn't fucked you yet, but I'm pretty sure if you give enough
He's
time,
gone.
she
He's
might.
gone.
Yeah, she'll fuck you. She'll say bend over.
Okay, so in what way do you mean, Asher? Because there's a very.
She's got a hammer, doesn't she?
Fair enough.
Well, no. I meant what you said earlier, as far as spellsmiths that catch your eye. There's a very strong looking blonde dwarven lady that's smithing away. She's pretty eye catching, but
But like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm less focused on dwarf women making shit, and more focused on are there cool magic items being made?
Okay, you're looking at the items, not how attractive the spellsmith.
No, yeah, no,
I
no.
asked, is she hot? Just throwing it out there.
I told you
I don't know.
she seemed like an attractive young dwarf woman.
But to humans, what is she on a scale from 1 to 10?
To humans, it depends. I don't know. It depends on the human.
Dude, beauty is subjective. You had to answer that question yourself.
Look,
Can she goes and finds a picture?
Look. I don't know much about my dumb brother, but like, what my dumb brother
go
thinks
wake your brother up and
sometimes.
ask him if he
Actually, wait. Like, I'm gonna call him up right now. I figured the
Please
rock. You're
don't.
just like beep, beep.
You hear something from the other end that sounds like they've been moving all up and down the port the entire time. They're not doing a very good job of smuggling. Oh, hang on, let me. And Asher?
Wait, smuggling what?
What? Oh, you know the usual. You hear him walk away and lower his tone. He says, "You know the usual kind of. These scalpers. They grab it off the smarter,
Like,
more established
look.
merchants and resell
I'm just
it.
glad. I'm just glad you're doing shady shit. Look. Okay. First of all, how are mom and dad doing? Second of all, how are dwarf women on the human scale of attractiveness? Because we know
Now,
dwarf women
boy,
are
I have
usually.
these two reviewers of brothels that I need to introduce you to.
but okay, hold up. But seriously, like I don't know. What'd you tell me that one time? Like, are like how many points below? I don't know. We're
Does she
trying to
have a
figure
beard?
out that she doesn't have a beard, does she?
Well, that takes her up a couple of points.
Huh, okay.
I don't know. Where are you at that you're
Like,
meeting dwarf women?
um, this this place called Mirabar.
Hang
It's
on, I
full
can
of
try to find
dwarves.
you there.
Wait, you're
Lot
nearby?
of magic. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
Divination. Don't worry
oh,
about it.
nerd magic. Fuck you. Okay, cool, fair enough. Wait, you're not watching me, are you?
Not you specifically. I don't want to see what you do in your spare time.
Ugh, I assure you, it's nothing too disgusting.
Well, based on the current
Although,
subject matter,
well, hey, look, we're just in a festival of the forges or whatever the hell, and I don't know. My other friend just asked how hot a freaking dwarf woman was, and I was wondering what the conversion would be
That was out of
from
character.
dwarf. y- It's in character now.
there you go.
I mean, okay. Other than that, though, damn. Okay, she's. Never mind. She's actually pretty good.
Yeah, sir,
She's only
sir.
a
I
few
don't care.
feet
I'm
shorter
gonna
than you.
override you. That's hot.
Yeah, that. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Have you talked to the parents recently? Are they doing okay?
Um,
How's little sister doing?
not so well.
Oh fuck, how so?
She
Well, you
married a
know
Goliath and she can't walk straight.
Uh, don't talk about her that way, you fucking asshole.
he says, well, with the cold recently, the remind me. I don't want to get this wrong. They're farmers, right? If I remember correctly,
Um,
or
kind
did
of like
you give up the farm?
farmers. I mean, farmers, like, I don't know, the dad can pretty much do anything, but
Yeah.
like,
Well, a lot of the farming has gone out the window with how cold it's getting now. So they've changed some of their crops
Pick
around. And
strawberries.
they're doing other work now. It'll take some time to readjust, but I've managed to mostly keep the crown off their backs.
All you do is go outside, grab a bunch of snow fruits and everything, put them in a box, and if you put enough of them in there, they'll give him a thing of seeds that he can plant. I'm sorry, that's a Stardew Valley reference.
uh, uh, okay, well, whatever he said, that might work. But Lucille, how's she doing? I know she's often Neverwinter doing something. I don't know what. I was
About
kind of
that.
chased out of what?
Remind me, approximately how old is she again?
She's
Out of
like
character.
maybe a few years, like a couple years younger than me,
Okay.
and I'm like 20.
Okay. She is gotten mixed up with the crowd.
Uh, I've gotten mixed up with crowds. Well, you have to be more specific, dude.
Um, these magic item smugglers we're looking at, these low level ones, you know, the goons that just buy it from smarter sources and then try and resell it at a premium.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like they have her on a run every now and then.
On a run.
Deliveries.
Oh, great. Well, Wait, would
I'm
Ash
doing
should
what
be
I
proud of
can.
this?
That's a good question.
Like, oh, that's awesome. I wonder if she knows that any of the fucking workers I used to work with,
Well,
like,
it's less awesome that I have to keep the authorities off of her back, but I am the authority, so
oh, yeah,
it
well,
works
thank
out.
you. Well,
I am the
I don't know,
captain.
man. Shut up, Aaron.
I keep
All
thinking
right,
of his
well,
name as AARON.
AA Ron.
That's Aaron. It's Aeren. Aaron.
Shut up, AA Ron.
I kick him in his wound.
Oh, I got shot today. Did I tell you that? Talking to another dwarf, which actually probably wasn't as hot as this dwarf I see right now. You know what?
You need to work on your approach.
Hold on. Is she standing right there when he said I was talking to another dwarf who's not as hot as this dwarf? Is she like right there?
No, I imagine I'm like I'm like, at least 30 feet away, maybe more.
From where?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get us.
People can hear things 30 feet away.
Oh,
I mean, there are a
well,
lot of
this is
dwarves around, to be fair.
it's a crowded shop. It's a crowded
Wrong
little area.
perception. Wrong perception.
He says you need to work on your approach.
You're talking on a cell phone in an age where no one can do that.
It's a sending stone.
In a city full of dwarves. In the middle of a
Whatever.
festival. In a magic shop.
Look,
It's like, where are you? The racket is insane.
apparently it's we're having like it's dwarven Christmas or something.
That explains.
The fuck is Christmas?
I don't
What
know.
did you just say? Okay,
Oh
well,
shit!
anyway,
I'm sorry.
whenever-
A song popped up on my music box that
you
referenced
really
Christmas.
need to let you and the music box don't, it's just an object, right? It doesn't talk to you with a female voice or anything, whisper sweet nothings.
Oh well, look there was this one time where it told me
Okay,
that she was still alive.
okay. Yeah, so any port in a storm. So this dwarf, you got to show your magic tricks, okay? You need to work on your approach. Do you have anybody else with you that's maybe a little better at breaking the ice?
I
Yo.
turned to Aaron.
Literally, one person in this group has a confirmed relationship with someone.
Yo, because technically Aaron has an ability called, what the hell is that? All eyes on you.
All eyes on me.
Wait, like the movie? All eyes on me.
I was thinking like the song.
I know Fang's in the background. He's the one. Okay. He has a point. He is the only one. But he said
I'm the only one
technically-
in an actually healthy relationship, thank you.
I can get her interest
look
like
at you.
Okay, so you have a wingman, right?
Yeah.
Are you with a stone there? Who has the stone right now?
I have a bird with wings.
I have the sending stone. I'm just talking into it like a phone.
Okay, so Aaron, are you trying to speak into it? Is it? Or were you just saying yo to Handy after overhearing the chatter? Because I don't know if I can't remember if it's mental or not.
After overhearing the chat.
Okay. He says, you have anybody else there, Asher, that can, give you some pointers?
Well, this guy that's I've been working on the robot arm with. I mean, long story, but what you think you got? Think you'd be a wingman?
Why do you need wings?
So plan B.
Help me break the ice.
Where do I
I can break many things. What Why do you
I was
need
gonna
ice
say,
broken
help me break the
specific?
ice while you're standing in the northern wasteland. Aaron just does a people's elbow right on the ground. He's standing on it.
Yeah, never mind. This is not gonna work.
Okay,
Ugh.
Asher, here's what you do. You go into the nearest shop or inn or wherever dwarves are, I don't know.
Okay.
You find one. Okay, a suitable one. And what you
Mm-hmm.
do is you go up,
Yes.
try to figure out what she's doing. And you have to have an important balance here, okay? You have to stand your ground just enough and relate to their hardy lifestyle just enough to let her know you're not a schlep. But at the same time, after making sure she knows you're not a pushover, you have to be just vulnerable enough to seem exotic, show your human side. Easy as that.
Fair enough.
Does Fang hear
And,
this
and actually,
conversation?
now that now that you tell me this, do you have a girlfriend yet,
Let's
Trevor?
not talk about this. What was that?
Whatever. I'll take your advice.
That's between me and whoever is involved, okay?
Whatever, dude.
That
Maybe it's a
sounds like
man.
a no.
Yeah, it does sound kind of like a no.
Does Fang overhear this conversation?
Yeah, I'm
Get it on
it's on
speakerphone.
speakerphone now. It's on speakerstone.
Asher, it'd probably be a better idea to take advice from Soren, considering he effectively flirted with that hammer woman.
I
That seemed
don't
to
think
work
he
really
flirted
well
with
for him.
her. I think he just went into a match of wits with her.
Yeah, but she seemed to really like that.
Hmm.
I still want to fight her. Actually, while they're having
What
this
are we
Well,
talking about?
conversation,
Aaron's been seduced.
I walk up to the dwarf girl who we've been essentially talking about this whole time.
Wait, what?
Hey, are you any good at fighting?
What dwarf girl? Who? What?
The one we've been talking about the entire fucking
We're
time.
out of that house.
Yeah.
We are not let back into that house until the contract's
Oh.
written up.
The spell scribe,
Oh,
which that literally.
yeah. So that okay. Well, let's just say the picture I sent was supposed to look like the troll breaker lady, but
Oh,
Spellsmith probably doesn't look mega different from that.
oh, I thought that was the spell scribe. I'm
I mean,
confused now.
they look
No,
well, they look similar. I'll say that. That's
Yeah.
the easy answer.
I go to her and go, "How good are you at a fight?"
I'll talk to you later, Trevor. Bye.
Wait. You just hear him. He starts to curse and then he hangs up. She looks at you and says, "Better at making other people fight. That's my job." She nods toward the breastplate she's working on.
I never understood the need for all that armor. It seems to slow me down.
She winks and says, "Dwarves are already slow."
Neat.
She kind of
Oh.
grunts,
Okay.
flips the breastplate over, and starts hammering at it again.
Can I?
You looking for something?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I have the perfect thing to do. I I walk. I wait till Asher walks over, and then I tap from she met Asher and walk away.
What was that?
What do you do?
I wait till you walk over. I tap her on the shoulder and I go, "Have you met Asher?" And then I
Oh,
walk
you
away.
are the worst wingman.
Oh.
Yes, I pulled a "Have you met Tad" from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh my god.
She turns and raises her brow. She stops mid-swing,
Okay.
turns holding the hammer, and looks at you, Asher.
Oh. Hello there. What are
Fang
you
just
making
slaps his hand against his face.
there?
She kind of snorts a laugh, looking at Fang, and looks back to Asher and says, breastplate. Old warrior. He used to fight in the wars. He wants something for his son.
Mm.
Facing a lightning creature or another, so inscribing runes here to ward off the electric.
Runes. That's one area of magic that I don't know. Like I've been trying to work on it. Just doesn't happen for me. God damn it. God damn it, Aaron, you fucking bastard.
Doesn't. You don't have much to
Oh,
learn
okay.
about runes from books, sweetheart. You might have to speak to a smith. Maybe one of the old masters there in town now.
I don't know, like I feel like I could, I don't know, speak to you about it. Like you seem to know your stuff.
Well enough to get by.
Well, that's all you need.
Well, I like to take a bit of pride in my craft.
Fair enough, fair enough. Actually, wait, can I tell like how uh good this armor is? Like
It is, I
just
mean, it's not
immaculate?
completed. It's one piece, but it looks very
Well,
finely made. I mean, it's not obviously the best breastplate in the world, but seems like this is a pretty experienced craftsman.
Fang shows
Hmm.
up behind Asher, grabs his shoulders.
Uh,
Perhaps you could offer a tutelage session with our young mechanic here. Perhaps over lunch?
And I just push you forward more.
Mechanic.
I hope this
Oh.
works because I want something to happen when they start walking.
I want two different. I want to be the wingman for two different campaigns now.
Yeah, I'm a bit of an artificer myself. I fixed up that guy. I point to Aaron's arm over there. It's
Aaron is
pretty
gone. Aaron's like kind of hiding in the crowd at this point.
well. Okay, wherever
Points to where Aaron
the
was, and it's like, oh.
the guy that came up to you first. He had a mechanical arm. I fixed that up to where it was now. It's still a work in progress, and I I I don't know. I just make a whole bunch of magical
Show her
trinkets
an
and stuff.
invention. I stage
Okay.
whisper.
Okay, let's play. I built this box.
I
Not the
feel so
music
bad.
box.
I kind of feel bad for Asher. We're forcing him to role play hitting on a woman. He can't just roll something. He has to seduce Kenji.
Yeah, look.
That's
We
a
have to
task
build
This
him
is
up
why
enough
I
so he
think
gets
it's weird.
That's
advantage,
an
alright?
unbeatable. It's an
God.
unbeatable task.
All right,
Ask Aaron.
201.
Oh,
What the fuck's
I said not the
201?
music box.
You better hope it's bagpipes, boy. Or you finna get your kneecaps busted. Please tell me it's something terrible. I hope it's like
It's an
Lucky Star
anime.
Opening.
It's All Star, motherfucker.
Shut up! Really?
Yes, it is.
Somebody
Body once
once.
told me.
Okay, so this is a box that I think plays songs from other dimensions. I'm not exactly sure.
You need to
Booty,
develop
booty,
a
the
booty,
box.
booty, rocking
I'm-
everywhere.
It's supposed to be
Booty,
all.
booty,
It's
booty,
supposed to be
booty,
all
rocking
stars.
everywhere.
She just looks at you for a really long time, Asher,
Yeah,
and
I
shakes
think
her
I blew
head
it.
and snorts. And she says, "That's you're odd.
I've been told this.
What'd you come here for? You need something made or not? Come on, just let me know."
Just
What did you
shoot your
come here
shot,
for?
man. Shoot your shot. Just
Look,
at this
okay.
point, just go all in. Just go all.
Hey, so
You made her laugh. That's a plus. Just walk away from the conversation.
out of character, it's more of a
Or-
laugh at me.
Or
But
you make her go all in and ask her for on a date. throwing it out there. It's a
I don't
movie
know.
festival.
Perhaps, maybe we could discuss this over drink sometime. I don't, or inventions or craft over drink sometimes.
What kind of drink?
Maybe later on tonight.
What are you drinking?
Now, be
I
very,
don't know.
very careful with how you answer this.
Oh, I mean, hard stuff.
Name a drink that you actually
Oh
know.
no.
Okay.
Firebrand. I kind of lean in and throw my voice. Firebrand whiskey. And just fade back into the crowd.
Okay. Out of character, what do I know of drinks? Like, what's a decent
What
hard
is the
drink?
strongest thing we know in this that Aaron
World
knows of
history.
in this country?
Well,
That
I don't know
weird
about
shit
Aaron.
that Fang had for that Taz's farewell party. That was strong. What was that? It's like dragon something.
Kenji,
Gutbuster, maybe.
The dragon
Gutbuster?
gutbuster.
It's
Do I know
14,
anything
there's
about
a there's a
Gutbuster?
there's a drink called Gutbuster, and it comes from Evergrade. Do you guys know what battle rages are? They're the dwarves that wear the spiked armor and like football charge into people.
Oh, okay.
It's named after a group of battle ragers called Gutbuster Brigade. They made the drink, and then they drink the Gutbuster before battle, and that's what fueled there.
so Aaron, since he said something hard, will kind of like still hid in the I'm using the wood up ability. I'm just using the crowd to move near near
And Aaron,
What crowd?
fucking
We're in
Asher
shock.
while he's floundering, and I just go Gutbuster and
Yeah,
just keep moving.
Asher, you know what you know.
Yeah,
You've heard of
Gutbuster.
Gutbuster, but you don't know what it is.
Gutbuster.
She completely stops and lets out this just hearty laugh
That's good. That's a good
and
sign.
says,
Is it though?
"Can't possibly be drinking Gutbuster."
Oh,
No offense to you,
I-
but you're not. You don't look like you're built to handle much.
I can handle it.
All the food went to that brain.
Yes,
Apparently.
yes,
I-
the Ubers.
I'm tougher than I look. I can assure you.
Your
Don't get
arrogance
ahead of
will be
yourself.
your arrogance will be your downfall.
There has not been a single check made this entire
Shut up.
conversation, and I'm worried.
Yeah, shut up,
I
Obi-Wan.
told you, man. You have to seduce. You have to seduce Kenji at this point.
It really is fucking
You need
weird.
to
I don't know
commit.
how the
You
fuck
need
I
to
got it.
commit to a role.
Yeah, I'm committing. Damn it.
You know, you don't have to be so over the top.
Oh,
Just
I'm not being
ask her
over the
on a
top.
date.
He did.
I-
He
can
hasn't
we-
been given a response yet.
Well,
Okay,
Oh no,
Asher.
can you handle Gutbuster?
She
Oh my-
scoffs and
oh
looks
my
taken
God.
aback and says,
Bang! Smack his head again.
Okay, look, I
"I
don't
can
know how to
handle
flirt with
anything
women
that comes
either.
my way. Listen,
Like, what?
why did you really come here? What is it, Asher? I don't mean to
Yes.
be rude to you, son, but
Son. Uh-oh. How old is this woman?
Oh, god damn it.
Is she? Does
It
she have a
seems to
ring on
be-
her finger?
no, it seems to be. She doesn't look that old. It seems to be like a purposeful jab. She says it in a joking way,
Nah,
Oh god.
but
I
I
got
have
shot.
lots of work to do. So please just get on with whatever you're trying to do here. Do you need something? What did you come here for? I know your friend didn't shove you here because he wanted something made.
Damn.
this girl on a date.
Out of character, man, this is fucking hard.
Welcome to
God
life.
damn it.
Kenji hasn't even given
is
you
worse-
a role. He just said we did this badly.
Yeah. This is worse than Mass Effect right now.
I know.
I'm giving you
Dude.
so many chances to save yourself here.
Yeah, either walk away or just say, "Can we go on a date?" Just one of the two, man. Shoot your shot, or walk away with your tail tucked between your legs. Do one or the other.
Alright. You know what? Look. Obviously, I'm just gonna say it. You want to go out on a date sometime.
She laughs loud enough that people around start to look.
Oh God, I want to die.
And finally, after 10 seconds or so, she starts hammering away at the breastplate again and says, "Here's a tip for you in the future. You can talk about gut busters all you want, but, well, that was the first real one right there. Listen up, though. Instead of trying to show how macho you are by talking about gut busters and being tough, just get on with whatever it was you walked up for. That's
Damn
manlier
it,
than
Trevor,
anything
you
else.
fucking asshole!
That's manlier than anything else you've done or said so far."
I'm sorry. What was that last bit?
She says basically, next time,
Get to the
Be
chase.
honest.
instead of trying to make yourself look tough, show it by just asking, being
Yeah,
direct.
you're dealing with dwarves and you were trying to do flowery things. Just
God damn it. Damn it, Trevor, you fucking asshole. I hate you. Trying to follow brotherly advice.
but is that a no?
That
She
was
doesn't
a
say
no.
anything. She doesn't say anything.
That's a
No, she goes
definite
back to.
fucking no at
she
this
goes
point.
back
I
to
can
All
read
right,
that.
Ashley, come on, let's get you some gut busters and put you to bed.
I stop and go. I kind of just go. But is that a no?
Yeah,
She just
you-
laughs
you
and keeps
need to
hammering
j-
away at the breastplate, and then
God damn it.
when you get
I
when
should
you
have
get
been a bard.
when you get like 10 or 15 steps away, she calls out and says, "The mule."
The mule, what?
You don't know where it is.
Huh? What? No?
Well, go find it. Says nothing else.
Is that like a dwarf
Oh,
joke?
that's a yes. Out of character, that's a yes.
She didn't give you any kind of time.
She literally just told you to find somewhere because she's probably going to work.
I'm sorry, you cut out there.
She
called
literally
out.
told you to find some place because she's probably going to be there after work. You're going on a date. Dense motherfucker.
Holy am I real? Oh, fucking hell.
Holy crap, it actually worked.
I don't know how either.
Kenji,
Now.
you didn't have us roll for anything.
Nope.
I was like,
I wanted you guys to suffer through that just as much as I did.
oh God, look, I didn't even want to suffer that much. I didn't even
Well,
expect it to
congratulations.
happen.
Next
Things we
session,
do
you're
for
going on a
D&D.
date.
Look, it was I was planning on like a quick conversation.
Nope. You
We-
have
we
to go through all the
judge-
cringiness. You have to.
Oh,
It's a
fuck
requirement
you.
Yeah.
for the game.
And as he walks
this
out,
is just showing
Aaron just
commitment for
Like
the campaign. Our
it was
commitment
just
to
gonna be a
D&D.
simple question of like, okay, what on the dwarven scale of hotness, what's that converted to human, you
Nope.
nerd?
Instead, it's
That's
a
not
20
how that
minute
long
works.
conversation.
That's not how
Instead,
that
it's
works.
It's a 20
And
minute
then-
long conversation where 4 turbo virgins have to role play
Hey,
completely.
hey,
Turbo versions.
I've had sex. I'm just
Look,
like
man.
not good at everything.
look, man. Look, I
It was
just
just disappointing.
Well,
look.
speak for yourself,
I had
buddy,
nothing
but
to
I'm
do
on my
with
way to
that.
Wizard.
This was all on you. I made you play Have You Met Ted, and you failed horribly.
I'm the one suffering here because I'm the one that has to play the NPC.
I'm
You are.
sorry.
This
I
is
am
true.
sorry.
This is very
Kenji.
true.
Interesting that the
It should've-
minute
it should've
Fang's
just been a
girlfriend showed
roll.
up, we had to leave for months.
Mm-hmm.
This should have been just a
You didn't
roll.
It's
Dude.
almost like I've been DMing for over a year or something now, if you count the side shows, the one shots and stuff. And I hate doing this kind of stuff. So
Look,
congratulations.
like I
You have
said, I
now-
wasn't planning on it.
Look, man.
Well,
It
Look,
was
man.
just a passing
this has-
comment and
Well,
maybe
now
to
I
check
realize
up on
it's
my
not that
parents.
bad. Now I realize it's not that bad, so I'm going to use it to further derail the campaign and get all your characters killed. So
Oh,
congratulations.
fuck you.
Okay, now that we have the afternoon, we're going to need a few hours to get you spruced up. I need to sell this meat to pay for a project. Excuse me?
Yes.
You're going to
And
have
I
to get
need
a
to-
permit.
I'm going with I'm going with Fang because I want to see if I can get any rims putting this on.
Well, I changed my armor to something nicer,
Are you
but
gonna buy
nothing
something
too
nicer? Or do
nice.
you have something nicer?
No, my armor can kind of
Do you
shift
have
into
glamour armor?
anything I. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he can do bullshit like that.
No, you need to describe it in full. I want to know what you're wearing. Give me at least an idea. I'm gonna
Oh
suffer.
god, motherfucker! I hate you.
You wanted to do this. This was your idea.
It I, it
Amazing.
wasn't gonna go
Look,
this far.
look.
That
All
is
I'm
your
saying,
failing.
all I'm saying is you tried to go flowery and petally with a dwarf instead of just being like, you want to go
That
on a
could have
date.
been a 1 minute conversation, buddy.
Yeah. All you gotta go is you want to go on a date sometime. And she'd be like, yes or no. But you went all the way out of your way.
I don't know how to talk to people, dude. In real life, I
I
don't know
don't
how to
know how
talk
to
to
do it
people.
either. I have to
I
play
don't know
all
how to
these
do it either, but I
NPCs.
know what a dwarf is.
I hardly know.
You
I've never
think
played a
any of
dwarf before.
you think any of us know what we're doing?
True.
We wouldn't be playing D&D if we did.
Fuck me. Can we just
Just
have
think
this
about
next
it.
fucking few hours be just rolls and shit and be
Well, that's effectively what
That's
Fang has to do.
fine. That's fine. But here's what I want to know. I want you to tell me what kind of get up Asher is planning on here. That's the last thing you got to tell me.
This is amazing.
Is he showing up in like bell bottom jeans or something? What is he wearing?
all right. So
He's got
basically,
the
what's on
apple
his
bottom
token?
jeans boots with. I'm sorry.
All right. So basically, what's on his token is what he usually wears.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he, I don't know. Maybe he, I don't know, makes it look a little bit nicer, but not too nice because dwarves aren't apparently into that flowery shit. My God, why isn't the character fucking hell? God damn it!
Dwarves are like Skyrim NPCs. They don't
Hey, you know
bullshit.
the best part? He doesn't even know her name.
Oh my
I
god.
don't.
We didn't ask your goddamn name.
Oh my god.
God damn it!
Give me a second, because there is something Aaron wants to do. Because Aaron's gonna walk back in, because she was a spell scribe, right?
Yeah. Well, a spell smith, I guess.
Spells, whatever. He's gonna walk and go. By the way, give me a second. 1 second.
One at a time, she says, and laughs.
Eh? Oh no. I just want to know what kind of rooms do you think you could put in this arm?
What kind of runes do you want?
I want to hit things really hard, and maybe make them explode.
Explosion? I don't know about that, but I could certainly reinforce it. Wouldn't take
No,
much in the way of runes, though.
yeah, but couldn't we make it like hit harder, or do extra damage?
Oh, of course.
Essentially, the way I lost the arm to begin with is I put this gauntlet on. It wasn't how you would say stable, and I punched somebody, and they don't exist anymore, and I lost my arm.
I don't know about that. I would have to look more into it, but I could make you punch a bit harder in the meantime.
Can we do that? I'd like to do that.
We'll start with that.
Also, the fingers. Could you plate them with mithril?
What if you don't have the mithril yet?
No. We don't have their mithril. It doesn't
You
mean
think
she doesn't, or
she
anyone
has
around doesn't
mithril?
have mithril. She might. I don't freaking know. People around. I'm asking.
Some smiths might, but what are you
Oh
asking
yeah,
about the mithril specifically?
I was gonna have her, instead of having the own arm, I was gonna have the fingers plated in mithril, so it's like those clawed gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
Would have it like that, just on the just as a start to see how that reacts to magic.
Reinforcing it to a higher level, kind of like basically upgrading it to surpass the hand wraps and things mechanically, plus the mithril reinforcement. She could pull that off. She estimates that it would be, assuming you just want to reinforce the knuckles with the mithril and then reinforce the rest of the arm to make it more accurate and more powerful.
Yeah.
With the mithril, to have some effects on it, 1,000 to 1,500, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I'll go and do it.
Okay, yeah, she quotes it like 1,500, and she can get the mithril 1,000, and she can reinforce.
Yeah, I'll just start pulling out the coin and go. Also, what is your name?
He didn't want to ask himself.
He's too stupid to have asked your name. That's why I'm doing it.
He can't be too stupid if he's really making all those inventions.
Okay,
He's stupid when talking to people.
You're not here. You're not here. He's stupid. He's smart, but he's goddamn dumb. He's not. He's learned, but he's freaking stupid when it comes
Sounds
to
like
people.
me brother. He works with the powder in the mines.
Yeah. So when it comes to inventing things, he's pretty amazing. Talking, on the other hand, he's. I don't know.
He's young.
I'd say 20s, early 30s, I would
and
assume.
what is that for humans?
Isn't Asher human?
Yeah, I'm human.
Yeah, what is that for
And I'm
humans? She asked. What is that age, probably?
What does that mean? What?
Like what is that age range? Because
Is
she's
that
not
the
super
middle of
familiar
their
with human.
life? Is that the...
Oh, that's like towards the beginning of their lives when they're considered adults. You know, learning processes.
He's fresh off the farm.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say fresh off the farm. Been around for a couple of years, but still new to it all.
I have a few years on him, but
Yeah.
I hate myself so much.
He's young. Put it that way.
Okay, now you're being a wingman.
oh, I'm still hardly into me 30s yet. Well, if he wants to know my name, he'll have to ask himself.
Here's the thing. I don't think he thought to ask her name. And he's pretty. But oh god dang it! Give me 1 second. I just kind of leave it there for her to work on it. Run out. Asher, get your ass over here.
What?
pushing your
God damn
butt.
it!
I just kind of grab my.
And he's like, hey, I was done with this.
I was out.
God damn it!
I just kind of said. I kind of whisper in his ear.
Straight rolls.
I kind of whisper in his ear. You forgot to ask her name. You daft bastard.
God damn it! I slapped myself in the face.
I imagine that even though Maeve has a straight face, I cannot get the feeling that she's enjoying every second of this.
Oh, she's probably loving this. This is her soap.
Yeah, this is so. Am I right, Kenji? Am I right?
Yeah, you're very right.
I was gonna say, do I need astral sight for that?
I got my brother. I got you guys saying shit.
Yeah, except we're giving you good advice.
Yes, you're better than my brothers. And then, god damn it, the fact that I've
look, man, your luck isn't pulling out his one instrument that he's good at playing and starting to sing "Kiss the Girl." So let's cut it out.
All right, fair enough. Okay, cool.
It sounds like something he would really do.
All right, so he's pulled me back over.
I walk out. Could ask your name. Pushing you back in the door.
All right.
Fang is standing next to the door to make sure you don't fuck this up again.
Fucking hell. All right. I walk over to her like, I'm sorry, this is so rude, but that I didn't ask your name before all this. So, yeah,
She
what's your
nods
name?
and says, it was rude. Maybe we shouldn't talk to each other anymore. And
Fair enough.
Fag and Aaron, you see Asher say fair enough, and it's pretty clear that
Smack on
she's
the-
just messing.
I walk
go,
over and
"Get back."
smack the back of his
Right.
fucking head
When
again.
he looks to turn, I go, "Get back in there! You're wearing a suit." I'm kidding. When he turns around, I just give him the freaking Barney Stinson eyes to eyes, and I point back at her. Just no.
But, I mean,
Can Fang insight the girl to
before-
see if she's fucking with him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, she's fucking with him. Like,
Yeah, but I want to be confirmed before we delve any more time into this.
Even with that, yeah, she.
oh,
Wait, I grab you by the collar and just
That was
put you like a
legit.
house cat back in front of her.
but I suppose.
No!
But,
Bad!
ah,
Speak to her like a lady. Sorry, miss.
this is so amazing. This is so amazing.
oh, God damn it!
She just mutters something in Dwarvish.
Shit.
Is the Goliath with us? What did she say?
The Goliath is gone, man. He's asleep.
You still
I-
haven't asked for her name.
I.
Ask her. Yeah, at this point, Aaron's just like
what's-
pitching his nose.
Okay,
Aaron's
what-
not
I-
much
I
better,
asked-
but
I-
he's
I asked-
way better.
I
You
asked.
did not!
He did
I
ask.
asked, and she said something in Dwarvish.
No, and then she said, "Yeah, that was really rude and agreeing with you. Maybe we shouldn't say anything anymore." And Fang, you can tell that she was obviously, and Aaron as well, has figured out that she was obviously just jabbing at it.
Oh, okay,
Ribbon.
okay. You. Fair enough, but then I turn around. But you might be messing with me, so
You're very
I'm so
observant.
out of character. I'm so fucking terrible at this.
Did you figure that one
You're
out by
actually
yourself,
playing the
Copernicus?
character very well then.
Yes, this is exactly like Asher, from what I can tell. You're doing a fantastic job at role playing, and I mean that very seriously.
No, I'm
On the other
supposed to
hand, I'm
roleplay this
struggling
part
right
better.
now, buddy. I'm hanging on by the seat of my pants.
God damn it! Fuck this! God damn it!
In other words, Kenji is almost seduced. Just ask for his name.
Don't ask me.
What?
Stop.
But what is your name? It'd be rude to have this extended conversation without me knowing.
Fang smacks
Especially
his
since
own
she's
head
mine.
again.
Aaron's pinching the bridge of his nose.
What am I
You know it's
doing
bad when
wrong?
you
Out
know
of
it's
character.
bad.
What the fuck am I doing wrong?
You know it's bad.
Just say, what is your
He did.
name?
He did.
In a-
He
What
did
is
just
your
now.
name?
Get you, motherfucker.
No, it's like the start of Skyrim. Who are you? It goes to the character creation. But quickly before I answer this, I just have to say,
This is the most
You know.
terrible fucking roleplay you've ever seen.
No, this is good. This is great.
you're doing a great job for your character. I'm struggling. I was originally going to give her an accent, and I gave up on that quick. I can't handle that right now.
Oh my god.
She says, "Well, I wasn't gonna tell you until later, but since you're trying so hard, and I appreciate the enthusiasm, but you should have came a little more prepared." She extends a
Yeah,
hand.
you're
got
telling
this-
me.
She pulls a glove off and extends a handshake, and says, "Her name is Sigrid Whitbread." She pronounces it Whitbread rather than Braid, but that sounds spelled.
Sha-la-la-la. Do you shake her
Well,
hand?
I shake her hand. Sigrid.
Sha-la-la-la-la.
Nice to meet you.
Don't be shy.
Sigrid Whitbread, nice to meet you.
Her name-
Asher
She
Dorn.
squeezes your hand.
Yeah, I'm weak as hell.
Kind of hurts.
Strength roll. Come on, try to match her. Not bad.
Enough to not
It
immediately
wasn't
dismiss.
bad. She just destroyed you. You know, in competitions where someone is giving it their all, but there's that one guy who's just way more talented. That's what happened here. You gave it your all. It was a great shot. She was just better.
Oh my god.
What about you, Asher?
Asher Doran.
I know a Doran.
You do.
He's. Where is he? She looks around and says, "Oh, known him since I was little. He's works with Jules."
Would I have any clue what she's talking about?
Does she know one of your
Just like
brothers?
probably a guy named Doran.
My brother doesn't work with
She's
Jules as
not
far
your
as I'm
brother.
concerned.
The implication is she's probably talking about somebody that is literally named Doran as a first name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a guy named Doran. Yeah, I know it. I know. I'm a guy with 2 first names. Not one to trust.
Mm.
I get the
You
joke.
are really doing
Is
a good
there a
job
book
of.
that Aaron could have been pretending to be reading?
You're doing a great. Yeah, you have one right now.
I'm doing a
but
terrible
Yeah.
fucking job.
you're doing a great job of hyping
No,
yourself up, Letty.
look.
Okay,
That
okay.
was out of character, but like out of character, I said I'm doing a terrible fucking job.
Oh
But
no,
Fang
in
walks
character
up.
you're doing
Okay,
a great
before
job. No,
he
I mean out of
sticks
character
his
you're doing a
foot
great
in a
job.
pile of manure, how about we make
Because
sure this doesn't end?
Asher is terrible at this apparently, and you're doing a great job of portraying that. So you're doing a fantastic job. Me on the other
okay,
hand, I'm not supposed to be terrible at this, and I am. So
doing better than I am.
don't make it a competition. We're both
Is he
suffering. We're
though?
both losing here.
Yep.
We're all losers here.
I'm dying. I am having the time of my life, which is perfect because Maeve is having the time of her
And
life.
she says she's hammering away at it. Not the breastplate anymore. Now it seems to be a pauldron. And she says, "Can I give you another piece of advice?
Please.
Just be honest. I know we dwarf lasses look scary, but the worst we'll do is shake you up a bit.
Noted.
Better than dancing around the problem."
You're
That's
right.
what I said.
You're right. You're right. My bad. I apologize for
It is your
dancing
bad.
around the issue.
And I vote we leave before you screw it up
Like
again.
Yes,
like a
yes, please.
goddamn elf.
I'm not giving you directions, though. You'll have to do that much on your own.
I'll stumble my way and figure it out myself.
We'll see.
All right.
Goodbye, miss.
Any-
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you. Seriously, yeah. And
I bow
I
slightly
take
to her
my
and go.
leave. Fucking
I bow
hell.
slightly, give her a wink, and then just leave. Like, good
Why
lord, man!
the
If you were
fuck
any
are you
worse,
complicating things even more?
Oh God.
Hey, here's the question. Does
I'm supposed
anybody
to have
know how to
14
cast...
charisma.
Does
What?
Lawrence know how to cast ceremony? He can't, right?
Motherfucker,
Oh
that
my
is
God.
not happening to another character in these games, Kenji.
oh, dude,
I know what
I
you're
don't know what you're
referencing.
talking about. That was perfect. That was perfect.
What? I was
So
asking
in
if
one of the
Lawrence
other
knows how to
campaigns,
cast... Yeah, explain this.
in one of our Toki's campaigns, Ray Mark's character got a thing that allowed it that turned him into lust, and he got taken over by it, and he essentially charmed this other woman, and they were making out. And my character, who was this how like emotionally neutral person for the most part, and she went over while they were both doing that and cast ceremony on them and married them.
What?
Yep.
Like what? It's just the
So he
marriage
basically...
spell. Like what the hell?
There is a spell
And it
called
gives you an
ceremony
AC
that has a
bonus.
number of effects. One of them is marriage.
Yeah, wedding. You touch 2 humanoids willing to be bonded together in marriage For the next 7 days, each target gains bonus of
And
2
considering the
AC.
effects of my sin form, we were both very willing to do things at that moment.
Yes, yes, they were both very willing, and I casted on them, and it took them like
It takes 10
like
minutes to
in
cast that spell. That's how long they were making out.
So I'm just saying,
it takes
his
an
own
hour to
hour.
cast that spell.
What?
It takes an hour. That's how long you two were at it before they broke you up. That's what's funny about it. The other funny part is it took them like a in-game month to where it to be addressed. And like he just at just one point his character was like,
And he
"Where's
didn't
my
know.
ring?"
Yeah, and I was just saying, in case Asher ends up needing it, I think Lawrence has access to the ceremony
Yeah,
spell.
it's not a high level
Oh,
spell.
fuck.
It's a
Not-
first level ritual.
God damn it.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, Handy.
God damn it. Look.
Alright,
Look,
Fang
the
needs to
character-
sell
the
this
person
dragon
I'm-
meat and get some money.
Yes, please. Let's move on.
I will be going
You're gonna-
into
Anything but
every
this.
inn and bar that I can find and giving out take a pound and cook that up and
You're
send it
gonna
out as
you're
samples.
gonna have to get a permit, most likely.
No, I'm not setting up a stand. I am trying to sell this to inns and chefs there.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to be a supplier. That way I can get more
Are
money.
you looking for any specific type of inn to start?
Well, let's break 2 birds with 1 stone. Find out where the hell he's supposed to meet for his date.
The mule. Andy, you are having the time of your life right now, aren't you, buddy?
Look, the person I somewhat base this character on is way more charismatic than I am.
Who'd you base this character on?
My brother. My little brother.
Wait, what?
Okay? He really is more charismatic than I
So
am.
you should have asked him.
He's asleep, motherfucker.
Wake him up and ask if he likes dwarves.
Exactly.
Uh,
Wake him up and go, dude, how do I hit on a dwarf woman?
God damn
First off, rude. I can't believe you
What
said
if
that.
he sits straight up and immediately lists off high-level technical advice?
it. I don't know. He probably would. Fucking hell. He's. I don't know.
See,
At
I can
this
write
point-
this
at
stuff
this
in
point-
text.
Just standing
this would
over
kill
him with
because
Look,
his
at this
laptop
point,
and his
like,
headphones. How do I seduce a dwarf?
look, at this point, like, I've accepted the fact that the character has gone, off the rails from what I initially planned, like they all do.
Yep.
So it's its own fucking thing.
I mean,
now.
this campaign is the definition of off the rails.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Especially
Asher,
from the DM.
Asher is his own
And it's
entity now.
and it's everyone's fault but mine.
It can be your
No,
fault.
it's
too.
it's
Handy,
mostly your
handy.
fault.
Yeah, let's explain how this happened. This was supposed to be a low magic campaign, and then all of a sudden, Leviathan showed
No,
up.
no. It was not supposed to be low magic. First off, the Jedi turned against me. Don't you turn against me.
Look. I just
Please,
wanted.
I need to get
just
to
wanted
sleep at
an
some point.
Answer. I just wanted to talk to my. Look, Asher just wanted to talk to his brother. Okay.
Well, he gave you some advice and it held true.
Did it though?
Yes.
So
I
how
don't know,
much
did
can
it?
he
We'll
sell his
find
dragon
out.
meat for
We'll find
if I
out.
help him?
We'll find out in the next section.
I'm not gonna make you go through an excruciating 3-hour long date.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
To
Just
make
make
you
me
feel better.
make me fucking roll
Please.
for it, for the love
Okay,
of God.
it's gonna be at least 4. So
Oh fuck you.
no, we will use rolls
Thank God.
for some of it. It depends on whether the party tags along to heckle.
Oh God, they're gonna do it.
Dude, Aaron's gonna be in the background, not even pretending to be not there, just
Fang
staring
is going
dead.
to need a trench coat and a
Lawrence
hat
is
and a newspaper.
Lawrence is gonna be an asshole, doing his fucking ceremony bullshit, and then before we know it, we're suddenly married.
What is
because
this? Kenji,
Atheist
what are you doing?
Azamar is all like, yeah, fuck this, I ship it.
Oh, I'm rolling stuff for and trying to figure things out. Usually for
God damn
rolls
it.
like this, I will figure out like a base modifier, and then I will make a roll.
I don't like that base modifier. I don't like the number. It's
Is this
high.
for my selling my meats?
Yeah, hang on.
For somebody slanging meat, I can tell you that right now.
612 gold. You can get 612 gold.
For all of it?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Sure, I'll sell that. It goes all the
I mean,
meat.
you can look around and try to find a better value.
Could he get? Could he get more if he could bring out this? Because we still have pounds of scales. If he brought out scales to show, yeah, we literally did.
Well, that doesn't really matter. Like, this is trying to sell as a. Well, I guess. Yeah. Do you want me to roll to like investigate to find the best deal?
I mean, yeah, that would probably be a better idea. Roll to investigate and then roll to persuade, and then that will factor in.
All right, that's a 15 on investigation. Now for the persuasion, which I have nothing in. Natural 20. Give me the best deal you can give me, motherfucker.
Look, I'll help investigate too.
Oh.
Persuasion, I'm not good at. You did pretty well.
Freaking critted.
Oh, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? You got a date?
Rolled. Oh my god.
Oh my god. How did I do that? Let's be
roll,
honest.
Bro, you just got so lucky, Fang.
Uh-huh.
You just got so lucky on this roll that I just rolled.
Uh-huh.
With the investigation, with the modifier, with this roll. How much would that be?
Holy crap. Need to do some math.
Yeah,
That's so much gold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
how much was it? I don't see anything.
1,574.
Thousand?
I was adding to it. No.
For
1,574
pounds of dragon meat. I bet you wish we were able to harvest the other one now, huh?
Oh god, yeah.
I rolled a D1500 and got a 1324. So then I added a modifier to it that I had set in mind before. But there you go. And yes, you are able to find the mule. In fact, that's where you sell it to. The mule is not that nice of a place. It's not bad, but it's kind of nice in a rustic way. A lot of everything is handmade and hand carved.
Nice.
And they seem to really not want to skimp on quality, even though it's a small place.
Oh, nice place, really is.
It's like a rustic home style place.
Nice.
I have proficiency with carving tools. I can appreciate the craftsmanship.
Yeah, it's very nicely made. Here's the question: is that no, I'm not going to drag Handy into any more suffering.
Yeah, I know you're suffering too.
Yeah, we'll save the date dialogue for later.
Oh no, not that. I'm just saying. I can't, I'm the DM, so I can't affect the party. But if one of you all want to push him to try to use his expertise to make a gift beforehand and roll for it and spend on materials.
Yes.
Oh god.
I'm just saying. He has expertise.
I do have expertise.
You know what, Asher? How good are you at writing poems?
Look, Asher.
That's what I want to
Asher, you need to make her something. You need to make her something that's like mechanical. Play to your skills.
All right.
Look,
yeah,
everyone brings flowers.
Homework. You have to write it.
You have
to write an in-character. You have to write an in-character poem by next session. Okay.
Do not make a poem. Do not listen to God. Do not
Look. I don't listen to God nor write poems. I only build shit. So you're speaking my language.
Make it practical.
Exactly. You build something. You build something maybe practical, maybe to help her with her rune writing. I don't know. But here's the thing. Everyone brings flowers. You bring something like that. You bring something. God dang it! You don't go to a date empty-handed. Get your shit together.
Fucking hell. Yeah, you're right. Shit.
Also, I want to point out this is coming from Aaron, who up to this point has not had a date.
So you effectively have a wife in your head.
Close
That's
enough.
not anywhere near how that works.
You have not explained this dynamic to anyone in the party.
You're basically by left from 3 houses if she decided to marry Sothis.
Well, she stays there rent free. So.
First off, that's not how our relationship works. Second of all, she's right there.
Yeah, maybe Asher needs to turn around and give Aaron some advice now.
I pointed, maybe she's right there.
The worm is
All
gonna
right then,
wrong with-
Maeve, how would you describe your relationship?
Cold.
Oh.
Sounds like marriage with a lost fay to me.
Oh, actually, that sounds like a good marriage.
And
Speaking from fucking out of character experience right now.
and you hear a mental, you hear in your head, Aaron. They're not gonna follow this line of inquiry, are they? There's a lot to explain.
They want to know if we're married. I don't think we are. Are we?
I mean, you agreed to have a fey person live in your head. I'm not sure on all the rules. I can ask Mira when we get back home, but that sounds like a big commitment.
A little bit, yeah. Like,
Hold up,
mean-
I just realized something.
Did she tell him her true name?
What?
Is Mira her true name?
Who the hell is
Oh, you mean-
Mira?
Oh,
you
sorry.
mean-
I meant. Got too many M's in my brain today.
Oh, Mabe?
Yeah,
I mean, are you asking that in character or out of character?
that's out of character because I.
It sounds like a nickname. I don't know.
No, I'm referring to like the Fey rules.
Right. Yeah, Mabe sounds like a shorthand.
I was about to say because there's
But
no way
she's never used any other name.
we should know that name then.
I mean, she's whatever it is, she's comfortable with giving it, and so. I mean, Aaron so far hasn't attempted to exert any influence over her in that manner. So he's always just cut deals and made agreements and stuff. He hasn't ever tried to like command her as a familiar. Even this is just sort of a voluntary. Hey, you have a way into the material plane. Anyway, I just realized we pretty much just remade part of the plot of 40-Year-Old Virgin in D&D.
yeah,
God.
well, fuck
Oh
you
my
guys.
God.
Fucking hell, Kenji.
This was amazing.
didn't do
this
it.
was the best.
I-
He really
Oh,
didn't.
God.
This was
This is
on me.
painful.
This is on me. I will take the blame for this one because I had to play Have You Met
I have
Ted.
to write this NPC's backstory.
Yeah,
now.
you do. I think that's the session.
Look,
God
Kenji,
damn it.
Kenji,
Yeah.
don't give me shit. Don't pretend like you don't enjoy writing backstory.
I mean, I already have a bit of a backstory in mind. Hey, you know what's gonna be great? You remember having to travel, how we never got to travel and meet the orc family in the other campaign?
Uh-huh.
Well, we're right in Mirabar, boys.
Oh God.
Guess who? So you're telling me that Rave is in this game and he ended up staying married to that woman? I'm all for it. I'm
Now
all
watch this. I'm telling you, we're in Mirabar right here, boys. Watch. He's gonna have to meet the clan patriarch.
That's date number 3.
Asher's
Kenji.
gonna beat a 300-year-old dwarf warrior.
Ooh,
Oh, fuck.
okay.
In other words, what you're saying is Aaron's going to be disguised self as Asher and whoop 300-year-old dwarf warrior, and then everyone's going to pick Asher as this amazing because at this point, Aaron hears, oh no, Asher has to fight a 300-year legendary warrior. Aaron's going to be like, no. I'm going to fight this.
You know, it'd probably be
this
something
legendary.
weird like Asher gets sent on an epic quest, and the epic quest is he has to like herd goats up a troll-infested mountain.
God damn it.
Congratulations, Asher. You played yourself.
Oh
Damn it,
boy.
I fucking did.
Handy, you played yourself out of character. You
Out
actually
of
did play your,
yes.
you
This
played
is
your
almost
character well.
This is almost exactly what happened to Rave or Mark's character in the other game.
This is eerily familiar to what happened to my other character when Necro and Toki freaking forced us into a room together and locked the door.
Oh, God.
Did I never? Hold on. I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna say this story. So effectively, my character was in a bunk on a ship.
I can already
we
tell
were,
I don't want to hear this. This
it
is
was-
already terrible right here.
we were on a ship. My character was going to sleep. He was in his bed.
Oh, no.
The door opens. This other character who they both have crushes on each other walks in. We immediately recognize each other, and the door closes. She says,
my room needed to be cleaned for something. And it's like
This is
it gets really weird. It was really weird.
see now. This is why I play paladins that have vows of celibacy, so I don't have to deal with this kind of stuff right here.
So eventually, skipping a bunch
not a
of crap that
coward.
happened, my character tries to open the door, can't, breaks the lock on the door, starts pushing it open. Toki and Necro's characters keep pushing the door closed to keep us in here. I roll a nat 20 on my strength, and my fist goes straight through the door, and it's now stuck on my arm.
It's like the Shaman.
No, like, I punch the door off its hinges, and it's stuck on my arm,
Yes.
and I go on the
See?
bow of the ship, and I gain door proficiency as a weapon.
You gain door proficiency as a weapon.
Yes, I gain proficiency with door as a weapon.
That's
Nice.
amazing. Listen, this is why I play paladins. Okay, my virginity is shielded by my faith in God.
It's really useful for my monk to just rip
Yeah.
off a door and beat someone with it.
It's
No,
like,
the
what-
reason Jesus plays balance so he doesn't have to deal with women because he's a cat.
Yeah, what gender are you? Fucking Justice. What's in your pants? Just I don't
It's
remember
like
the
Samson.
fucking
You
meme
think
right now.
Samson had to deal with this nonsense? The answer is no.
No, he's. I assumed he was over that shit by then.
He was married like way long ago. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna have
Look,
to
all I'm
go to
saying
bed. I
is,
have a test
I
tomorrow
imagine
afternoon.
that Samson was that old, and we considered him old. He was only probably like 30.
He was
Yeah,
close to.
like-
Like,
He just aged
like
really
man,
horribly. He
Samson's
was in his
old. He's just,
40s. He was like
he's
40.
just-
He was not that old.
he's not even that old. It's like, the hell?
Fucking
Anyway, yeah, probably a good
Filene was
idea.
older than Samson.
Thank you for staying to appreciate this
Yeah.
downward spiral, Mark.
I hate myself.
So, Kenji, just
Go
for
ahead.
clarification, I'm not gonna go and get this Ultra Greatsword made until after we find out what's going on with this prison, because I'm gonna, depending on how well this prison goes, I might ask to have an Ultra Greatsword made of mithril with a dragon eye in it that can be enchanted later.
It's a possibility. We'll see.
I'm hoping.
We